Chuck E. Cheese. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Drunkards and Dragons. I hope everyone heard that.
This is how you open.
Yeah. A show where we roll some dice, have some drinks, and try not to die to either of those things. I hope everyone had an awesome St. Patrick's Day yesterday. I did. We went ham. It was a lot of fun. I hope everyone had a great St. Patrick's Day, as well as you guys got some gaming done over the weekend. Picking up from last week, where I don't remember what happened. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Just buying time.
Just buying time, yeah. No, as you guys made your way from Bonyang back into Gakan, which is a village to the north, supposedly this is where you'd find a witch that's supposedly omnipotent and can help you find the location of dragon slaying items. When you arrived there, not only was everyone in a good spirits despite the massive heat wave going on, but they told you that a real miracle worker lives in the village and was bringing people back from the dead. You met some of the people who were brought back, and they seemed normal at first. When later confronted, it was revealed that the people brought back from the dead were not functioning properly and there was something wrong with them. This was confirmed when they began becoming ravenous and transforming in these half-humanoid, half-monstrous states. You guys dispatched the three in the village, and that's where we're picking up now. So, I did not take a picture of the board last week, but combat is over, so it's fine. Mm-hmm. We have to use our imaginations. Ithlin, I know you just arrived as Alexia finished off the last one.
Yeah.
And as you come through the door, you see that the priest, whose name I can't remember at the moment, Galen,
mm-hmm.
is laying face down, blood beginning to coalesce around his body. Mm-hmm. That's not him.
It is now.
The mother that you managed to save is currently weeping into your arms, Varys, as you had to put down her child.
Oh, I didn't put down her child.
That was me.
That was you. That was all you. I was trying to restrain.
I just walked down
and put it in the well.
Yeah. And I blew him up.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, I definitely remember that part.
She just keeps repeating over and over again, though, like, what happened?
There. I'll be fine. We'll get past this. Oh boy.
That doesn't answer your question.
Just
avoiding.
Just being super awkward. It's kind of like, what do we do?
Alright, I go back to the priest's house.
You're already at the priest's house.
No, I walked out.
Yeah, you walked outside,
and then
I know,
I hit the kid. Or I shot the kid.
You didn't have to move very far. He was, like, right there.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
I, dashed, so now I'm just casually walking back.
Okay. Ethelyn, would you like to do anything before she gets there?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn him over. Is he alive still?
Go ahead and make a medicine check.
He's not conscious.
He does not appear to be conscious at all.
I don't care then.
There's a wound in his chest that there's no arrow in it.
Okay. If he was conscious, I was just gonna...
He is not conscious at all.
Be snarky or something,
but if you'd like to see if he's alive, you can make a medicine check.
Oh no, I don't care if he's gonna die.
You don't know if he's gonna die.
I thought you wanted information from him.
I just wanted to be a jackass.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Okay.
I would like to check to see if he's still alive.
Make a medicine check.
You're probably better than me anyway.
I only have a 1, so...
I probably don't even have that.
No. I mean, it's wisdom. You should have higher wisdom than I do.
Oh, I also have 1.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
A 5.
You cannot track down the pulse at all.
He seems to be dead.
I guess I have to try then. That was depressing. 8.
Yeah, try as you guys might, you can't track down the pulse at all. It's trying to staunch the bleeding. The wound is opened up and is currently covering his chest in blood.
And he's doomed.
I'm going to try and get the woman out of my space and say to her, I have to go and make sure everyone else is all right. Are you going to be okay if I leave you for a moment?
She doesn't say anything. She just kind of like kneels down the remains of her son.
Alrighty then.
I use the word remains literally.
Yeah.
What does remain of
I
it?
begin walking and looking for my friends.
Okay. At this point, you can see that people are starting to look out their windows and are wondering what happened. No one has come to approach you guys yet. But there's clearly something going on over at the priest's house.
I would like to go over there then.
Okay.
Alright. I approach the priest's hut.
Yeah, you see him in Alexia's arms currently while she's like just touching his chest and like getting blood all over her hands and like
Pushing the blood
the
back
entire
into the
front
hole.
of her
Yeah.
the entire front of his torso has stained through his clothes at this point. He's just covered in blood.
What the heck happened to him?
I think he's dead.
Dead. Really?
Yep.
I thought you were here to protect him. What happened to that?
He was getting in the way of me killing his beloved because she was turning into a monster. So I had to kill her.
So, did she did this to him?
No. I did this to him.
What do you mean you did this to him?
He was getting in the way. I just wanted to injure him to make him back off and not get in my way so I could kill her,
Oh my god, get out of the way.
which worked. I mean, he did get in my
I
way.
walk over to Priest Gallon and
But he's dead.
Yeah, I'm sure. I want to see if he's really dead.
I push him away. I'm just like, no, he's dead! Leave him alone!
Oh, it's pretty good. 19?
19.
Yep, he's dead.
Given your affinity towards healing, the small bit of it you possess, you do not feel a pulse whatsoever. But with that roll, it's a 50-50 chance you can save him or not with a spell. You are not sure if it'll do any good.
Well, it's going to be close, but I think there's a chance that I could save him. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a healing spirit and just make this adorable little kitten appear on his chest
Okay.
and start healing him.
Go ahead and make another medicine check.
Maybe a
And since
bloody
it's such a
kid.
powerful spell, I would give you advantage, so it'll just be a straight roll for you right now.
9.
9. The effect persists for a little while, but doesn't seem making you save.
Well, I hope that you're pleased with yourself. He's dead.
I told you he was dead. I'm not pleased with myself, but I did what I felt was necessary in the moment.
But how are we supposed to explain everything that's happened to these people? They're going to be asking questions. And all they know is that 3 strange people came to town and all of a sudden 4 of their people are dead now.
And those who witnessed their loved ones turn can vouch for the need to
Yeah, but
protect the rest of the town by killing them.
what if they say that we did that to them?
What time is it?
But we did it.
It's around 3 in the morning.
And besides, earlier you were freaking assaulting the man and now he's dead by your hand.
They don't know that. The town folk don't know that.
You don't know who saw what.
I don't think we have to tell them anything. We could leave now.
Yeah, that's...
What we need to do is find the witch that he was speaking with.
She's definitely not here.
How do we find her?
I don't know.
Can we just pick up a skull and say hello?
Let's be quick about
By
it.
the way, what happened with the skull? Did he...
I don't know.
I searched his body for the skull.
Okay. You find a very, very small, basically some kind of bird skull.
while she's like going through him and like defiling the corpse, I'm going to like keep a lookout to
Filing
see
the corpse.
to see if anybody's looking our way.
Okay. People are absolutely starting to come out of their houses and like sleepy expressions and then a small group is now around the woman and her child's remains, and some of them are all looking towards you and walking over to you, and a scene has officially been created.
Oh.
Nice.
I found this little bird skull. I have to assume this is what he was using to communicate with her.
Really? A bird school.
Yes.
Well, that is certainly creepy.
Maybe we can make it back to Banyang and see if there's any sorcerers or anyone there with magical abilities who can track where the other skull location is.
I feel like it's going to take a little too long to accomplish. I say, well, I'm assuming we're going to have to explain all this now that we didn't leave instantly. We're going to need to explain this as best we can, and if we can talk our way out of this, then we gotta go. I say head into the woods is our best bet.
Why not just head into the woods now? And just run out of his house and go into the woods.
That's
Just
up to
leaving it
you. I'll
alive.
follow your lead.
No time to explain!
Great leader.
Okay.
Do you do that?
Unfortunately, I feel like we should give them some sort of explanation. Not the whole truth. But at least tell them that we're going to try to find answers. But for now, they should be safe. Now that we've dispatched with monsters. And I'm no longer defiling his corpse.
Oh my gosh.
So, the corpses of the people that changed, they stay that way? Like
No,
after we kill
they
them?
return to a human.
Oh, we need to leave.
Oh yeah.
The mom's alive. She saw her kid turn into a monster. The old man's dead. His wife's dead. This lady, she's our only witness.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't look good.
So I'm leaving it up to you guys. Do you guys want to stay and talk, or do you want to just pursue the evil in the woods, presumably?
Well, you attempted to help this woman. Do you want to stay and give them an explanation?
Sure, why not?
Very well.
Alrighty,
You're persuasive. You got this.
I guess I begin to walk back to the center of town where I left the lady.
After your guys' conversation, you turn around. You see that there's tons of people trying to like force their way into the hut, pretty much to like see what happened. And when you finally move to make way, they see his dead body on the ground, and they killed the priest. They killed him. Heretics.
It was not us that killed the priest. The priest brought this upon himself. And if
Slander.
If you would come with me, I know someone that knows the truth. She's one of your own. She saw what happened here.
Make a persuasion check.
Disadvantage.
Being exhausted
Oh,
will do
God.
that.
So 7 plus... Okay, 23?
With a 7?
Yep.
Jesus. Yeah. You can tell they're shooken up, but they will not. They're shooken up, but they're not going to impede you. And they eye you very, very carefully the entire way as you walk past.
Yeah, I keep going. I'm looking for that woman that's crying over by...
She's still there.
So they're just standing over by the hut and just letting us walk
Some
through.
of them are, yeah. Some of them are surrounding her currently, and she's.
Oh, okay.
They're like, what happened to the boy?
Yeah, you walk... Oh, God.
I don't
He's
know.
in such pieces.
Spontaneously combusted. It was bizarre.
I walk over to the woman
Okay.
and I put my hand on her shoulder and I say, I know this is hard, and that what happened just now is, I can't imagine what you're going through, losing a child. I've heard it's the worst thing that could happen, but these people here, they think that we are somehow behind what happened here, but they think that we murdered these people in cold blood, but I need you to tell them what you saw as clearly and as best as you can remember.
She, between sobs, like, transform into a monster. And then the people who are eyeing you at this point are just like, bad omens, all of them. They brought this on the village. The gods are angry with us. First us heat and now this?
Superstition.
It was not us that caused this terribleness in the village. I believe all of the people who are dead, and save for the priest himself, were all people that he had miraculously brought back to life, yes? Well, I was out for a stroll when I saw the priest here going to the well there in the center of town, and for some reason he went down into the well and, well, piqued my curiosity, so I followed him, and sure enough, I found him at the end of the well, and he was speaking to a person. It sounded like a female. He was arguing with her, saying that his beloved was not how she was before she came back to life, and that this woman that he was talking to had given him the power to bring them back, but they were not brought back completely right, and as evidenced by tonight, they started to turn into these horrific monsters, and we had no choice but to defend you people, these undead that were unleashed tonight. They would have surely killed everyone in this village had we not acted. Unfortunately, the priest is not alive to tell or admit his guilt and role in all of this. He was unfortunately mauled to death by his beloved in their hut.
Would you guys like to add anything?
Given what we saw down in the tunnel, we plan to enter the forest to find whoever the priest was conversing with to get answers. For now, it appears the village is safe. The next step is to get more answers and information for you all about the travesty that has taken place.
Check anything at them? Although most of that was true, lying about how he died will cause you to make a deception check.
Mm-hmm.
Have yours be persuasion.
Mine?
Yes.
No.
They're not persuaded.
Okay, 10.
10.
Get ready to dimension door us out of here.
So I can only take one person.
Oh, damn it. I have the cloak on. I'll just fly away. It's fine.
They are not convinced, to say the least.
Okay.
One of them steps forward and goes, "Look at them, the liars, the deceivers! They've brought misfortune to our village. I say, we hang them up. Please the gods, bring back all good luck."
Oh boy. Alright, well, where is everyone standing currently?
I assume you guys are in some near town,
Mm-hmm.
so
Where are you guys?
I assume
We're
you guys are all next
nearest
to each
to
other.
you.
Nearest to me.
Yeah.
All right.
You
Where's
guys,
this?
you guys all moved your minis together, so
Where's this crowd of people?
get in front of probably in
if
front
the
of you at
lady
this
and
point.
her kids' remains were there, they'd be.
The people that are outside
around
would be in front of
her.
you at this point.
And then you have probably people like all around us.
No, you're not surrounded by anyone.
No? Oh, okay. Then we'll just put those people over there.
They're also unarmed.
Yep.
We need more people. Onlookers.
The most fearsome thing they have in their possession is torches.
That's the worst.
I could definitely kill them all.
We're not killing them.
Do you say that? Do you say that? Are we having a conversation right now?
This is out of character. We're not killing them all.
I don't know.
I'm chaotic good. That allows me to kind
Yeah.
It lets you do what you think is right,
of, which is keeping myself alive.
regardless of
Number one, baby.
regardless of any laws.
You might be more neutral good if it's just about keeping you alive. Or neutral, actually.
I mean, like, I want to do what's good, like, in general, but if that is going to make it hard for me, then no.
Can you do your thing?
Alright. I begin casting a spell.
Take a look at him. He's casting dark magic.
Yep, I'm casting dark magic. Alright.
You might
I
actually
need-
be doing that.
I need all of them to make wisdom saving throws.
Oh,
Are
no.
you trying to charm all of them?
No.
Oh. Okay.
I'm not rolling that many saves, so it is a 15 total.
Oh, well, the DC was 19. So.
You failed.
What?
They're peasants, so I'm not going to
Yeah,
roll
you
each
don't need
individual
to.
saves.
Oh, it is a charm spell. I never even knew that. Interesting. Well, charmed. Okay. So, they're all charmed. Oh, I should have done this before. They're charmed, they're incapacitated, and their speed is 0. And this is a concentration for a minute. So, I'm just going to be like, alright guys, get the fuck out of Dodge!
Is it the hypnotizing padding thing?
Yeah, the hypnotic pattern.
No, okay.
Yeah, but what if these people try to stop us?
Well,
Nope.
Were
Nope.
they also affected?
Nope.
we're,
Nope.
You don't
Just-
even know which
just this
way the
group.
woods are.
like, is Varys
Behind
just
you.
kind of like...
They're this way.
They're all around you guys. Like, they're currently... Like, the forest surrounds this village.
Okay, well, where are we going?
I'm running that way.
As
There's
Varys...
There's people that
Alright,
way.
fine.
I'm going
I
the
follow
opposite way of the
Varys.
people.
Yeah, as Varys kind of runs off before anyone else and like... Oh. He's going-
You see the people in front of you, like, their bodies kind of, like, relax and, like, become, like, very loose. And any aggression they had is gone, and, like, you see this look kind of glaze over their eyes as they kind of stand there, like, slack-jawed, and just none of them do anything.
Yeah, so if someone uses their action to shake them out of their stupor, the spell ends on them.
Nope, we just run. We'll follow
Nope.
Varys.
Yeah, we're getting out of here, apparently.
We're getting out of Dodge.
Yeah, just after casting a spell and running for the first time, just full dashing.
Okay. It takes you guys no time at all to take a full break into the woods.
Oh, good.
And so the woods were about maybe 50 feet away or so. So you guys full dashed into it. You guys break into the woods, and after a few minutes of just doing that, like you can't see the town behind you anymore, and you were surrounded by woodlands.
Yeah,
They
after
wouldn't
we get like
follow
about
us.
100 yards away, as we're running, I'm just like, you just had to kill him, didn't you?
I didn't mean to.
And poor Ethlyn is plate mail.
Yeah.
Clunk, 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 clunk.
I'm an elf, I'm fast.
Alright, I come to a sudden stop and say that we need to make camp. Because we're all tired. Maybe not Ethan, but we're tired.
Whew. Well,
And we know that they're not going to follow us into the forest because they're scared of it.
are they now? Are they more afraid of the woods than they are of us coming back? I mean, maybe they set fire to the woods or something.
I don't think they would. these villagers seem to be spiritual or superstitious or whatever. They believe in the... If the Lady of the Woods exists, they probably believe in her and that they wouldn't want to destroy her creation.
Well... What is the wood situation like around us? Is it like super dense?
So, it is very dense, and like I said before when you guys first got here, everything has been dying due to this unnatural heat, but the woods remain fairly vibrant. Outside looking in as you were approaching, you saw that they are starting to discolor, but remain really, really lush. Much different than everything else around them.
Interesting. Alright.
And then being in here, you actually see that it's very, very thick and dense. You see trees all around you, and you kind of have to take a moment to get your bearings and figure out what direction you even came from as you're like just kind of looking around and like it all looks the same to you.
Mm-hmm. Well, if we're going to set up camp, then I feel much more tired than any of you, so I'm going to go to bed first.
Okay.
And casting multiple spells really takes a lot out of it.
Did you even
I'll
take
take
your
first
armor
watch
off?
like normal.
Or did you ever put it on?
Okay.
No. Wait, yes. I
Yeah,
put
did
it
you
on when we
force
went in the
Evelyn to
well,
help
but
you?
I take it off. Yeah, I take it off when I go to sleep.
Okay.
Yes. So keeping your armor on will not allow you to get a full rest. Especially in the heat, that's even worse.
Mm-hmm.
But just in general, keeping your armor on will not enable you to get a full rest. So
Mm-hmm. Even like the half rest that I need.
yeah, no, it's
I'll take it off then. I don't want the exhaustion. So.
So I'll keep rest if they want to get their sleep in.
Aha. I am going to also just kind of sleep shirtless and put my shirt on a branch somewhere to dry because it's disgusting and soaked with sweat.
yeah. Anything above light
It's
armor,
like-
you have to take off. to
Just like
sleep in.
wring it out a couple times and then
Yeah.
and set it up and then just kind of like lay back shirtless like this is how we were intended to be.
Do you guys light
Shirtless
a
and
fire?
free.
Do you guys set up an actual camp? You guys all have dark vision, so you wouldn't need a fire, but
Mm-hmm.
it is also very hot, so...
Yeah, we don't need the fire.
The more natural looking we can keep things, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Plus,
start
we
it
don't
with
know what's
vision.
in the forest. Not totally sure why the people don't go into it. But I think better not to attract any unwanted
Also, the
attention.
insane heat apparently keeps away most,
the animals.
most things.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
They're not coming out as much. But you never know when they get hungry.
Okay. So,
Smell bad.
you guys are probably like right in this square then? That's
Sure.
your camp area?
Mhm.
Alright. I don't know if you guys want to position differently, but...
I would like to.
So who is keeping watch first?
What
I
kind
am.
of trees are these? Are these just like regular trees with leaves, or are they like fir trees? Like,
I'm not a tree expert.
Can I have a
Oh.
pH?
basically, I want to know if there's like those trees that have like the super low like branches that I can just like crawl under with my bedroll under this tree and just like sleep under
Probably
it.
not. It's like tropical here.
Dang it. Okay, well then I just sleep next to a tree.
I'm trying to think of like a good description. Like you know, we actually watched Two Towers last night. Like the woods that they're in that movie.
With the ints.
Yeah.
Treebeard.
Yeah.
Oh, so there's just like
In Mirkwood?
put my head up
Yeah.
against a tree and it just starts moving.
That's not tropical at all.
This isn't a tropical area. It's not usually this hot. This is like an eastern kind of.
But we're like on an island out in the middle of nowhere.
It's a different continent. It's not an island. Like it is an island compared to, but
Yeah, if you
Guangdong
want to be
stretches
technical
very,
about it,
very
all
far out.
continents are islands.
It's a different.
Oh,
continent.
I thought we were like on an island.
No,
Actually,
this is a different
no.
continent in general.
Because North
Oh,
America, the
I
continent,
see.
is also attached
Yeah.
to South
Okay.
America.
Whole
the
new
continent.
continent. Yeah.
So
Very well.
two
It's just-
continents
so it's-
together is an island,
It's just a big island.
but not each individual continent.
Regardless, who is
And
keeping
Europe
watch
and
right
Asia
now?
are connected.
It's just
Did
a
you say
big
you're
island.
doing first watch?
If she wants to take first watch,
Okay.
it's fine for me.
I need the
Alexia,
pH, though.
make me a perception check.
Would you say we're in a forest?
We are absolutely in a forest, yes.
Alright.
Would you say this area full of trees is a forest?
You keep saying woods. You never know if it's different.
That's the same thing.
Shush. I ask questions for particular reasons, Jordan. Shut up.
Alexia just doesn't trust me. And
Yeah.
do you want any of this for your natural one? Or?
Nope.
No? Still feeling it from yesterday?
Not after last night.
Did you guys get super drunk?
She did.
Oh.
I got pretty, okay.
I would like to take a shot because it has been some time since I've drank on stream, and I've rolled many natural ones, especially 2 sessions ago. I rolled 8.
Oh,
Something crazy.
8?
in a row.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what do I have to do?
I rolled
Make a
natural 1 on
perception check,
advantage.
Perception.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, that's horrible. I don't remember that.
That's like the worst you could possibly do.
It
Yeah,
is.
it's really depressing.
You have to be a special kind of person to manage to do that. So,
Cheers.
just one of my many talents, I guess.
Well, that's why you gotta wash the natural ones away with the payments.
When did I write that? Oh, it happens for now.
What are you looking for?
It's my natural explorer.
It's
This
in
is my
Ranger.
featured. I know, but for
Favorite
some
terrain?
reason, I wrote that it only lasts for an hour, and it never says anything like that.
Are you talking
No,
about
it's,
the
Oh no,
spell?
there it is. While traveling for an hour. Okay.
Mhm.
No. So proficiency, my perception is crazy fucking high right now. So that's what I
Okay.
wanted to check.
Okay.
20.
20?
Nice.
You positively, absolutely hear and see, before they get a chance to sneak up on you, several wolves begin to surround the camp.
Okay.
I only have so many dice, but each dice is 3 instead of 1.
Okay.
Oh
Do you
my.
know approximately how far away from us they are?
So many squares?
Oh, okay. Okay. So we're up to
This is
9.
not a pack of wolves. This is This is all the tribes of wolves have for some reason come to this area.
It's like at the end of the movie The Grey.
I haven't seen that.
You've never seen that movie?
No, I know it has Liam Neeson. That's all I know about
Oh
it.
my god, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. You literally have to watch it.
We'll have to watch it sometime then.
I cried the first time I saw that movie.
I haven't watched it either.
I did.
Oh wow.
And me.
That's fair.
A fucking good movie.
I remember not wanting to watch it because people spoiled the ending for me over and over again because they were like, I can't believe the ending of this movie.
But you,
That's not even why it's a good
Guys,
movie.
focus. We're about to get eaten.
I'm about to die like Liam Neeson. It's okay.
So you have no trouble seeing the first one that walks out,
Okay.
and
so
you
that one.
and you see it. Remember, each dice is 3, not 1.
Well, I know.
So you have no trouble seeing the first one come out as it kind of creeps out of the brush, and you see it, and you instinctively go for your weapon, and then you see the next one come out, and then the next one come out, and you realize you are surrounded by them. And a low, kind of hushed growling starts to happen as they slowly walk forward towards you.
Okay.
Oh, okay. This is the right book.
Well, guys, if I wake up, I'm so sorry for what I'm about to do.
What are you about to do?
Potentially hurt you guys a lot.
No. Okay.
It depends on how smart you are.
What kind of smarts?
I think I might not.
Open
I'm
up.
not sure.
Oh, I might be right. Oh man. Okay.
Alexia, what would you like to do?
How long have we been resting so far?
This is up to the first hour.
Neither of you have your armor on right now.
Nope.
Do you have anything you'd like to do?
Probably wake us up at least.
Okay, I'll hold off on my attacks. I'll just quietly try to wake. I know Varys is the worst one to wake up, so I'll try to wake Ithlin first.
Okay.
And then I'll try to wake Varys. Quietly, very quiet.
Okay. So you slowly walk over and kind of tap.
Poke them with my bow.
We'll say your movement is to creep over, and your action will be to wake him up. You were not very deep in your trance, and so you immediately feel something kind of poking you in the shoulder, and you open your eyes, and you see Alexia standing over you.
Yes.
Do I see all of them, or did I only see the first few?
You see all of them currently, yes.
Okay. We're surrounded by wolves. Arm yourself.
Oh.
Prepare for battle.
I stand up and I look around.
You don't see as many as she does, just passing in general, but you can definitely see that there are a few of them.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna start putting my armor on then. 'Cause
Do you realize how
I
much
see
noise
enough.
that's gonna make?
It'll take time too.
I mean,
It's like 10 minutes to put your armor on, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you start slowly picking it up and trying to like strap stuff on.
So, like, yeah, like 100 rounds later.
Yeah. And
not in
both of
combat
you
yet.
to make me a strength saving throw, please.
Oh, that's good. 18.
12.
12. Vines sprout out from the ground
Oh no.
and wrap themselves around you. And you almost get free, Alexia, and then they kind of like bind your arm to your chest. It's when you are immediately bound.
I should just attacked.
Varys, you are on the ground, and this wakes you up as you feel them slap onto you pretty much and pin you down to the ground. And you wake up and they're just on you.
What's going on? This is not a funny game.
Well, one, we're surrounded by wolves, like a lot of them. Two, these vines have suddenly appeared from the ground.
Wolves, and I like lift my head up as much as I can, just kind of like look around.
Yeah, you can see you're definitely surrounded.
Oh my.
You hear a
This forest
soft.
sure has some tricks up its sleeve.
You hear a soft voice that sounds familiar to you. Well, what's this walking in my woods? As a woman walks out of the darkness.
Does it sound like the voice coming from a skull?
Sounds like what you heard in the well.
Oh, of course it is.
What steps out before you
Great.
is you recognize it's elvish in nature.
Oh no.
Wearing various foliage and animal hides as clothing.
Mother.
Markings, blue markings across her face, and then she has some across her lips. And various markings on her exposed, like arms and stomach and stuff like that. She carries a... You can't see what hair color she has, as it is underneath of a hood at the moment. She has in her hand a gnarled-looking brown staff that kind of looks like tree branches intertwining and twisting. At the very top, it seems out of place as the ornament on top of the staff is the mouth of a dragon, and there's an orb inside of it. And you notice that it shifts colors between black and red and blue and white and green. And they kind of shift, and then they collide and kind of disintegrate against each other, and it just keeps doing that.
But that's one of the dragon slaying weapons.
It's just an
Or
orb.
one of the god slaying weapons. But you have a dragon bow, so a dragon staff makes it. Inner dialogue.
Yeah. Yeah, as she steps forward, she kind of like moves her hand like this, and the vines get tighter around you.
That's not okay.
Oh. So I take it that you are the Lady of the Woods?
Is that what they call me?
Yes. That's what many people call you.
What do you call you?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
People say that you're either a goddess or a witch. Are you either of those or something else?
Possibly both.
Oh, shit.
Huh.
Oh, no.
So, are you the one that gave that foolish priest the ability to bring back the dead?
And, her eyes can like snap towards you, and she goes, "I gave him what he wanted. He made the deal."
What deal was that?
A simple trade.
What did you get out of it?
Power.
Interesting.
And she kind of like moves her hand again, and you're forced into an upright position.
Oh my. I assume facing her.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a neat trick. Wouldn't mind if you could loosen these a little bit. I mean, we're just talking here.
Yes, but you still not told me why you're here.
Well, we sort of had to deal with the mess created with by the priest in the village. The people, he did bring them back to life, but shortly thereafter they went, I don't know, crazy. They began turning into something that wasn't quite human, started attacking people. Fortunately, they had to be dealt with.
There are very few ways to actually bring back a person.
Oh, yes.
Resurrecting the body is easy, but what was put inside, and that was not the intent. I warned him of this.
Yeah, sometimes people can be quite foolish with magical things. Speaking of which, I can't help but notice that lovely orb in your staff.
Yes. It came into my possession long ago.
Oh. What does it do? I'm curious.
Perhaps you'll live long enough to find out.
Is that a threat?
It's a warning.
I see. Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but it is quite unbearably hot outside. At least here in Banyang. Other places it's a different weather phenomenon, but the three of us are actually trying to stop whatever is going on here.
Is that so? She twists her hand around and you guys are pulled towards her.
Oh boy. Yes, we were told by a blacksmith who happens to I would say benefit, but is to him cursed with immortality, that he created these magnificent artifacts, and he another one of our friends told us that you might be in possession of such one of these such artifacts, or at least have the means as to direct us to these artifacts.
She like moves her fingers up a little bit, and Vine's gonna cover up your mouth. And then she looks to you two, and she kind of looks from Alexia to Ithlin and back and forth. She goes, "Well, does he speak for all of you? Cat got your tongue, or wolf in this case?"
Good.
You probably don't want me to start talking, so you should start talking first before
What if I don't want to talk to her?
You really want me to talk?
He speaks the truth. There's no good option at this point. What are you so skeptical about?
Skeptical? No. Intrigued, curious.
As are we.
She kind of like walks paces between the two of you, and she stops at Ithlin, and she looks at him, and she goes, "You carry something intriguing."
Damn it, Ithlin, the fuck did you do?
You can tell.
Oh
Yes.
Interesting.
Would you be willing to part with it?
no.
No.
Oh no.
It's too bad. I could give you the what you seek.
From what I've seen here, I don't believe you.
Oh shit.
I don't believe you're a god.
Call
I wouldn't
out.
believe any of these placid imbeciles that we have met lately, who are superstitious at best.
Accurate.
You are old, powerful, maybe. God, no. God is a word. God is so human. A human word. Human perception. I have seen beyond, into the void that gapes, gnawing into all things. Words mean nothing. I care about power. About my own ends.
What if I told you I knew the name of the demon you seek?
Really?
This information is not free. As I said, would you like to make a deal? And she lets the tension in her hand go, and like all the vines just kind of fall to the ground. And she takes off her hood, and at this point you can see she's got kind of like dreaded up and like cornered in different, obviously just by like being in the forest for a long time, just blonde hair that kind of shits shoulder length. You would actually recognize her as a wood elf. And she goes, I was cast out from my clan because of the things I saw, because of superstition. But yet here you are. I have seen your forecoming. I knew you would be here.
So you knew we would be here, but you didn't know
You can't talk.
what.
No.
They let
Oh,
the
she moved up.
Yeah, we're all
she
free.
dropped them, yeah.
Oh yay.
Yeah, you just like that I wasn't able to talk.
I know, it's a nice break, yes.
So you could see that we were going to be here, but you didn't know the reason why.
I didn't know she would tell me.
I see. Well, we are on a quest to, the artifacts that we're looking for are supposedly, made specifically to help kill dragons, if you can believe that.
Oh,
Yes.
I could tell you, but nothing is free in this world.
That is true. What would be your price? You
What do you have?
Well, you seek power. Maybe, the last dragon we fought had quite a sizable, hoard of gold amongst that, some trinkets.
She interrupts you just by laughing uncontrollably, and she goes, money serves no purpose.
Oh, but I would have to disagree. Money is used in the, is probably the most important thing to mortals, and mortals are certainly, willing to part with, objects of power for, sizable amounts of gold as well.
I desire baser things.
Baser? How do you mean?
Unusual trinkets, and she looks at this one. Perhaps memories. Something you hold dear.
Memories.
There's power in such things.
What's she getting on about, Islin? What is it that you have?
I have a great many things.
Oh,
Some
well then
objects.
you wouldn't have any trouble parting with one of them.
She speaks the truth. There is power in such things.
Do you know of any powerful objects that you are currently seeking that maybe perhaps by yourself you're not able to obtain? Maybe The three of us could go and fetch this for you. It'd be of no risk to you.
I desire something more pressing. I am no quest giver or no task giver, master, or anything of that nature. No, I want what you hold dear. What do any of you have that can offer me? Why should I use my power to help you? She kind of like walks over and like kneels down and starts petting one of the wolves. One of the legs starts going a little bit crazy.
I have nothing of value that I want to give her.
I only possess 2 objects that I care about. I'm not going to give her either.
You guys really gonna make me do it?
What are you gonna give her?
Well, we don't know what you're going to do.
Alright, I'll bite. You mentioned something about memories.
Yes.
And what exactly would giving you a memory do? How would it affect me, specifically?
It would be as if it never happened.
And what kind of memories are you interested in?
The kind near and dear to your heart. The kind you treasure. The kind you think about at night. Such things have power.
You don't have to give her anything, Varys. We can find a different way.
And perhaps you'll succeed before the time runs out.
We are on a clock. And how do we know that what you're offering us will actually be of a benefit? I mean, we saw the results with the priest and his raising of the undead.
You must be careful what you wish for. Everything has a price. He sought the power to bring back the dead, but what he brought back was not his beloved.
So it's either a memory or apparently whatever object he has on him that you can sense.
Something of greater value, yes.
Is it like literally a memory or something of like sentimental value that supposedly
Sentimental
would have,
value
like,
would also suffice.
magical energy in it or something?
Oh, just something of sentimental value?
Yeah, the memory itself and all the feelings that went along with it.
Oh, so only for memories, but not for like an item?
For an item, it can be something of like great sentimental value, something powerful in its own right.
Do we lose all of the memories associated with that item?
You don't know?
Oh, the tiny print.
Alright.
If it's an object, no, you wouldn't lose the memories associated with the item. But if it's the raw memory itself, you don't know how it'll affect you.
Well, I have something of great sentimental value that I could perhaps give to you. It is something I never thought that I would be willing to part with, but it seems that to continue our journey and to fulfill my own end goals, it is something I must give up now then. And I reach onto my back and I pull out my golden and green loot.
Oh,
Aww.
not the loot.
But you're a bard!
Yeah.
Can't get rid of your loot.
My profession is playing music and telling stories that I've heard and other stories that the people that I've seen around me, to anyone who would listen. And this loot was given to me by somebody that I care for deeply. Love, actually. Someone that I intend to see again at all costs. And it is my single most treasured item. And reluctantly...
Is that the loot that Elena gave you?
Yes, it is.
Alright, I step forward and push him back with the loot. Damn. I offer up my gold bracelet as the final thing I have of my parents.
You can see that she's intrigued by this.
Alright, I turn to Varys.
Like wiping the sweat off my brow, like, thank God. Just like holding my loot.
Oh, this is so sad. I wish I actually had like my bracelet to be like, here you go. I actually have like a bracelet for. Anyway.
She searches you for a moment, trying to make sure that this is like not just some trinket to you. It is important. She can kind of see how difficult it is as you extend your arm forward. And
well, since I'm wearing my copper bracers, I actually reach into my bag of
Yeah.
holding to like hand it to her. But before I do, so she can like, I feel like she would see the hesitance because I'm like offering it, but then I'm like,
yeah.
But I want to turn to Varys and tell him, I have lost my parents, but you have not wholly lost Elena yet. You cannot give up your connection to her by giving away your loot. And though I am tearfully giving away my bracelet, I will always have the memories of my parents and their courage to keep me going. With that said, I turn around and hand her the bracelet.
She takes it out of your hand and she looks at it. It's acceptable. She puts it into her cloak. And this will show good faith, and she kind of bends her staff down, risks the orb out of the dragon detail. She gonna do this.
Dragon's Tear. After used, the orb turns to dust. Alright. When activated, all nearby dragons lose 1 legendary resistance and legendary action for 3 rounds. In addition, roll a d6 and subtract that. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay. There we go. Oh, okay. Cool. So we can also make the dragon vulnerable to a chosen damage type.
Oh.
Poggers.
If they are not immune or resistant to it already. So we have to be very careful about the damage type we choose to make them vulnerable to.
I make the red one vulnerable to fire.
Awkward.
Oh, that's okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So we have a dragon's tier.
Yeah, the 1d6 thing is also important. You should definitely read that.
Oh, okay. In addition, roll 1d6 and subtract that many hit dice from all dragons in the area's
Oh, that's
breath
gross.
attack. Okay, so...
Is that just
dragon
permanent throughout the
doesn't
entire
get
battle?
hit dice?
For 3 rounds.
Oh, for 3 rounds?
Mhm.
Okay. So basically, like, if a dragon uses a breath
Got it.
weapon, like if it has 20 total dice or something, and you roll a 5 on the d6, then it only gets to roll 15 dice for 3 rounds.
Gotcha.
I don't think any dragon has a 20 breath attack, but
Yeah, cool.
I think ancient red dragons have like 26 d6 or something crazy like that.
so for
There
meta-
says as he suddenly has this like moment
for,
of genius.
for metagame purposes, you do not automatically know it does all those things, but just holding it, you know that it has immense power connected to it.
Okay. Got it.
Well then. You wouldn't happen to know where we can find the other things, do you?
I do, but the price was paid and I returned, so what else do you have to offer?
Oh.
I see, it's...
So now we need to give something for the information we seek. It's kind of all I got, guys. I'm not giving up my weapons.
Yeah. Well, despite your...
I tried to keep you from giving up
Despite your
loot,
plea
but-
from having me not give up my loot, I again walk forward with the
I
same
give her the
pitch.
swashbuckler's hat
Oh my gosh.
and the dwarf's shield with my trophies of valor and victory.
I killed some douchebag, and this was his hat.
So, I'm going to... So while holding the loot, I'm going to point my finger at the chick and cast message at her.
Okay.
And I'm going to say to her, now, I don't
Give
want the
her
others to
weapons.
know this. Or I don't want to speak it out loud so that the others know about this, but I will also allow you to not take, but to verify how important this is to me. I will allow you to, if you're capable of doing this, view the memory of how I got this. And then I walk forward and I hold out the loot.
She tells you no need. She can feel the power that radiates from it.
Oh my. So... Oh, like to view the memory and all that?
No,
But-
she can just tell that the object itself is powerful.
Yeah.
In
Alright.
that regard, the way what she's looking for, she can tell.
So how does this work? I give this to you and you reveal... Well... I believe we found one of the 3 items we're looking for. Would you just... Is it an item for an item? Is that how this works?
Given how powerful this is, I could reveal an object, yes.
Just one.
Very well.
That loot is worth at least 2 items.
Make a persuasion check.
I will.
I will allow Varys to be assisting you as well.
15.
Well, I'm assisting you, so you...
Oh,
So,
advantage.
yeah, you have
Okay.
advantage.
15.
Double 15.
Consistency.
That's what it's all about.
Very well.
Yes.
Ooh, both items? Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
So she grabs it and she kind of like plucks some of the strings and kind of like smiles to herself.
Yeah, like I hold on to it for a second and she like tugs it and I'm like, let go of it. Just kind of like grasping at nothing in my hand.
Her eyes lose their blue properties to them and just turn into like a pitch black color.
Ooh.
And she is completely motionless for a few moments. In silence. And then she speaks. She goes, I see a blade of great power in the possession of Golm the Giant King.
Golm the giant.
Gomb? Like
Golm. Goln.
G-O-L.
He sits atop his mountain in the peaks of Aria.
Oh, no.
And she's quiet again. She goes, arrows of great properties, currently making their way into the desert.
Making their way into the desert.
A merchant in Celios has what you want. But another seeks them as well.
Oh, no. What can you tell us about this other?
And her eyes kind of shift back and she goes,
Oh.
that's all I agreed on.
I think it's lawless. That bastard.
Hey.
must get there first.
Agreed. Let's travel to Celios. And then... Well, I suppose,
Arya.
I suppose we would have to go to Arya after that, then.
Mm-hmm.
Going to be quite difficult. Well...
Is there any other information you can give us?
Do you have anything left to give?
Ithlin, your turn. Persuasion.
Oh my gosh.
What I possess is not just simply sentimental. Tangible power. Physical. Necessary.
What use is power if you don't have a means to save the one you care about?
You know nothing. You can give me nothing.
Oh my.
Very well, and she does a little bow.
I would like to know one other thing. I mean, everyone here calls you the Lady of the Woods, but what's your real name?
Verena.
Verena.
Verena. You said she was a wood elf, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you the one keeping the forest alive?
As best I can, yes.
Any idea how we can stop this heat wave? Heat wave.
You have to close the portal stone, linking our realm to the plane of fire.
We know that already.
Do you know where it is?
Which one?
Any of them.
I suspect you have to pay the price to know that.
Well, if she wants her forest to continue living,
I know
She
one
will
resides
help
in the
us.
volcano not far from here.
We know that already.
Ithlin, shut up! If you're not willing to sacrifice something, shut the fuck up right now.
Oh my god.
Well, I suppose if we're done here, the only thing left is, well, I know these are your woods, but I would, we kind of have lost favor with the village back that way. There was some unpleasantness that happened, and they're
That's putting it mildly.
yes, they currently believe we've wronged them in some way. You wouldn't mind if we just, like, rested here for a while?
I will do you one better. For being hospitable.
Are you gonna, like, do some magic so we just feel better?
I will transport you any location you wish.
Any
Serious.
location we wish. Oh.
Can it be on a different continent?
Yes. As long as it's within
Serious.
this realm. Even outside of this realm. But I could not guarantee you could get back.
Feywild.
Oh my god.
Hard
That's
pass.
not in this realm.
Yeah, sure, doesn't guarantee
Wait, I
that
don't
we'll-
know anything about that. What do you mean the Feywilds?
Nothing. Nothing.
Definitely never been there.
Yeah, if you could transport us to,
Oh, wait.
transport us to Celios, that would be most appreciated.
Oh, that's gonna be a bad idea in the end.
We're going there anyways.
It's okay, I'm
and,
disguised. We're fine. We'll be okay.
Is there another place you're not allowed to be?
Hey, shh. I'm not officially not allowed to
yes,
be there.
there is.
Ugh.
I'm just
What
never.
did you guys do when I wasn't around?
Not us.
Herb specifically?
No, just me and past companions who we do not speak of.
Yeah. I say we go to Celios. Go there anyways.
Oh man. Alright. Does my disguise still look okay, guys?
What do you look like right now?
I have dark brown curly hair that's shoulder length instead
Just,
of my red hair.
That's because you messed up your hair, right?
Give us a moment to
Very messed up right here.
Yeah.
Just give us a moment to,
like crazy bleach strings.
gather
Yeah, that's
our
right.
stuff. And I begin, like, rolling up my bedroll and getting my stuff together.
We're gonna have to rest when we get there, though. We're gonna have to find a safe place to rest. Alright, from here on out, my name is not Alexia.
Oh, you have a code name now.
It will be...
Lexi.
No.
So I like
We'll
get
just
my
go with
bedroll
Galatea.
attached to my pack, put my pack on, and I'm like standing there and I'm like. And then I'll like get this sad look on my face because I realize my loot is no longer in my possession.
I'll take my mom's name. It's Galatea. That's
Okay.
what I will be referred to from now on.
Galatea. I
Galatea.
can call you Gal for short.
What up, Galpal?
Are we all ready then?
I know that I am.
Yes. Off to Celios.
Well, you know where to find me if you change your mind. And she looks at you, Evelyn.
Would we be able to communicate with you with this? I hold out the bird. Skull.
Oh, that's right, you got that.
Where the hell did you get that? I don't remember things very well. Clearly.
I took it off the priest's body.
Gross.
I told him I would allow to communicate with me, but in truth, I was always watching.
I throw it. It's useless.
Crafty.
Yes.
Very well. Off to Celios then.
Till we meet again, my
Good
lady.
cheerio.
I tip my invisible hat.
Do let me know if you desire the information to save your brother, Evelyn.
Ooh. You have a brother?
She kind of like opens up her hand, and you guys feel that familiar sensation Awen used to transport you into the Feywilds the first time.
Do they...
Yes, all of you. Well, so that's the last thing you guys remember before they
Okay. Being
woke
transported,
up in the Underdark, essentially. So that feeling again, as it feels like you're being sucked out of like an airplane, essentially, as the doors open, you just pulled through it. Everything gets dizzy and fades away, and all the colors blur together and mesh together, and that moment lasts for but a couple seconds, and then you're in the desert.
From one
Like, look
hot
around.
place to another.
What time is it now? Is it still the same time?
Yeah.
So it's just like kind of early morning.
Yeah.
Is it noticeably cooler here?
Yeah, actually, Celios, the desert was hot to begin with, but this is noticeably cooler.
It's a
Oh,
nice
thank
change.
God.
You never thought you'd find yourself like rejoicing being in this
Yeah, I'm just
desert
like
again.
standing there, like just letting like the.
Hey, thank
the
you.
wind-
What was that? I heard a noise.
I think it was bits or someone subscribing or following. I'm not sure.
It looks like we got
Oh.
100 clovers.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think that's bits. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the 100. So I look around. Are we just in the middle of the desert, or are we near like the actual city?
You see Celios off in the distance. You wager it'd probably take you maybe a couple hours to walk there.
We begin walking.
Oh yeah.
Okay. By the time you arrive there, the sun is starting to rise.
On the way, I'd like to take the cloak off and put it in my bag of holding and reattune to the bracers.
Okay. And you can attune to the other bow you found as well, just to be clear. So if you'd like to use it, you can only use it while it's attuned, though.
Mm.
Okay.
But it's only if he gives it a... Alright. I inform
I mean, ask and you shall receive.
my party members that we need to keep as low a profile as possible.
Okay.
We rest at a tavern, find the merchant, and get the fuck out of here.
Is
And
there a
head off to
reason
Aria. Nope.
that you don't want to
Nope.
be here?
No, I'm just tired of warm climates.
Oh, okay, good. Hey, do you have any more of that, like, really cold water?
Yes.
Really use some water.
You have prestidigitation. You can make cold water.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
have warm water.
Too lazy.
Oh. Too lazy for a cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can fill 5 water skins.
I will take a water skin full of water.
Okay.
And drink heartily.
Okay. I pull out the decanter and say fountain and fill 5 water skins.
Okay.
Or however many water skins were. I have 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I also pull out one of the like rice ball rations, and I discard any
man, I
fish
forgot about
parts.
I would also
Just eat
like to
rice.
eat a rice ball.
Okay.
Because I feel like I haven't eaten days.
Would you like to do anything else on your walk?
No,
talk
I think
about
that's it.
CDs. Alright, let's just say I made a bad impression the last time I was here. Things didn't end well for a certain somebody.
The only thing I remember, and I think you were there for it too, was last time we were here when we inadvertently destroyed that oasis.
What?
Oh,
That was awful.
That was when you guys first met, but Ithlin wasn't there when the
No.
oasis disappeared.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I remember that as well. But not the incident I'm speaking of.
Huh?
This incident actually happened in the city of Celios. Very, very unfortunate circumstances. Needless to say, I shouldn't spend more time in the city than is absolutely necessary.
Okay.
Even in disguise, as perfect as this.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention we're on a time restraint, so shouldn't be lingering about anyway.
That is true.
Varys.
Yeah.
It would be a shame to travel with a bard who has no instrument. Tell me, what instrument can't you play?
What instrument can't I play?
Yes.
Well, the only instrument that I was able to play was a lute, so all other instruments.
Oh, good.
What do you mean, oh good?
Well, it simply wouldn't do to buy you another lute. No lute could compare. It would just be a lute.
That is true.
I feel as though I should buy you something.
That's very thoughtful. I'd like that. I can't guarantee it'll sound any good, but give me some time. It only took me like 12 years to master that lute.
Someday you will play it well. And in time, it will have its own value.
Yeah?
Alright. As you guys head into the city, the sun begins to rise. And the two of you feel kind of hollow and empty with the things that you've left. Left behind, rather. You feel the empty space on your back, and your mind keeps drifting towards the bracelet that is no longer in your bag of holding. But when you arrive, the sun is there. And the guards greet you, and they go, "It's a weird time for a stroll in the desert. Good morning to you, though. Are you from out of town?" Oh, sorry, they have a Celian accent. Are you from out of town?
Yes, good morning to you too. We are indeed out of town. We decided to cross the desert when it was not quite so hot out.
Would it not have been simpler to take a sand flyer?
Well, perhaps it would have been. I don't think there was one waiting for us when we first decided to come to Celios. I think they said it would have been a couple days for the next one to come around, and we decided to walk. But would it be any trouble for you to point us to the nearest tavern? We are quite tired. Been walking most of the night.
The Red Lotus is down the street. Please enjoy yourself.
Red Lotus. I'll keep a lookout for that then.
The sign has a blooming red flower on it.
Blooming red flower. Got it.
Should be easy for outsiders to find.
Thanks. And I walk by. looking for
Also,
a sign of a
walk
red
by
blooming flower.
Okay.
quietly. Head down. No, I can't.
As you walk forward, a gust of wind blows off the hat,
Oh.
No.
and one of
Blows
the
off
guards
my wig?
bends down, like picks it up, and he's
Oh
like,
my god, that's a...
"You drop this," and he gives it to you, and you guys make eye contact for a moment, and kind of looks at you, and he's just like, "Please enjoy your stay," and he gives you the hat.
He thinks you're cute.
Thank you. Yeah, because I have the wig and the swashbuckler's head on. Oh, yeah, okay. I wink at it.
Okay.
I just imagine it's like the fanciest hat possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just looking for the red lotus. Looking for a blooming flower, blooming red flower.
It's been a while since you guys have been here. So the city itself,
Have you guys ever been here?
I've been here once.
I don't know if I've ever been.
you guys met in here was the time you guys first met. So the city itself, clay houses and flat surface buildings, so no pointed buildings at all. They're all flat surface clay. And there are different rafters and ladders kind of leading across. And so as you're walking through the city, you can hear the footsteps of people running across the
So
top.
it's Agrabah.
Mostly kids. You
Well, the
hear
ladder
mostly
jump.
kids kind of like running across and chasing after each other.
Got it.
Also, Agrabah's a good comparison, honestly. You know, imagine the different bits of open like skylight, but also different like quilts and curtains kind of hanging up all around and creating kind of like a covered area.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
It does not take you long to find the sign that he mentioned, though.
I walk into the establishment.
The tavern owner greets you and he goes, "Welcome. You are not from around here, I can tell."
Yes, very sharp eyes you have. I was wondering if the three of us could procure some rooms. The two of them should be able to share a room.
Well, you just got here. Do you not want breakfast?
We've sort of been traveling through the night and we're a bit tired.
Very well. I have something brought up then, eh?
Sure.
We'll take separate rooms.
Oh, I didn't know that the relationship was this strained. Okay, separate rooms, separate beds.
And I would be remiss if I did not tell you, have you tried the local custom?
Oh no.
Local custom.
Oh, jeez.
What custom do you speak of?
And he pulls off the shelf and kind of blows it off. And if you've seen this bottle before, last time you were here, you've drank some of this, as a matter of fact. It's kind of a amber reddish liquid in this corked wine bottle. And he goes, this. It is made very special around here. One drink of this, send the man over the edge. They call it the Desert Jewel.
Perhaps not now, but definitely later.
I would love some.
It is a 10 gold a glass or 100 gold for the bottle.
A glass first, then perhaps the bottle after.
Nope.
I just need to know how much for a room, if you have any available.
For the three of you, 1 gold will suffice.
Oh, cool. I guess I'll cover our rooms then.
Very well. Could you point me to the nearest merchant location?
Well, the bazaar would still be getting set up.
When do they open?
They are open now, but it takes some time to set up a stall.
Alright, very well. Is it?
What
can I
time-
get directions so I can visit it later?
Oh yeah, he informs you that it's downtown as you walk through the street. You'll see a bunch of you'll see it. It's just a big open space with lots of different people peddling their wares there.
About at what hour would the bazaar be closing up shops?
Yeah, well, it is approaching probably in the early morning. I'd say around noon, probably. They'll be ready for visitors. Like I said, you can go now. It's just, I do not know if you'll find the door looking for.
When does it close down?
Yeah,
It depends how much of a good day they're having.
Oh,
I see.
Yeah.
I suppose you don't need to sleep at all most of the time. I don't know what time it is now, but give me about I don't know, like 6 hours to just, do my thing. All right, see you later. I go upstairs.
don't you need 8 to get rid of your exhaustion?
For a long rest, it's 6 hours of sleeping and 2 hours of doing nothing else. Except eating and drinking. A lot.
Got it. Roger that.
No? Around what time did you guys like to aim to wake up or start going out again?
Noonish.
Noonish.
It's like the sun just came up. It's like between, like,
In
6
relative
and
terms,
7.
it's probably around like 7-ish.
Yeah.
Probably like 7:30. So.
I'm not getting up until like 1.
I'm gonna have a glass of that stuff he offered me before I do anything. So.
Okay. So smelling it in general as it approaches your mouth, it smells extremely spicy. But then after you kind of like, you keep going and it's got very kind of citrusy, tropical notes to it.
Oh. Is it fairly alcoholic?
You don't know?
I'd like to ask Varys for the bow.
Don't say you'd like to do it, dude.
Varys, can I have the bow?
What? I'm like in the bed already.
I just take it.
Oh.
Okay. You
I
just
leave
take
a
the bow.
note. I am with Galatea.
Okay. Do you drink some?
Oh, I didn't drink it yet?
No, you're just smelling it.
Oh, I thought I was tasting
I was
it.
describing the aroma as it approaches.
Oh, this was all just the smell. Oh, yeah, of course.
Alright. It tastes really similar. What you get first is the opposite, actually. It tastes really, really sweet and very tropical and kind of like fruit punch. And then the citrus kind of like blends onto your tongue. And then as you're swallowing it, it's like drinking the straightest whiskey you've ever had in your life. Make a constitution check.
Oh.
Good luck.
Can't get messed up. No, probably not. 21.
21? You have to shake your head for a moment, kind of like...
It's pretty stiff, though.
Yeah, you have to kind of like focus yourself and be like, whoa, that hit a lot harder than I thought it was. And like you took too big of a drink, you're like, maybe a smaller drink next time, because... Ooh. And as you're drinking it, he goes, what do you think?
Oh my, it is exquisite.
So familiar.
I will have the bottle, please.
Oh, jeez.
Another 90 gold pieces, please.
Yeah, so that's how much total?
It's 100 gold for the
Okay.
whole bottle.
I definitely do that.
Okay. The Desert Jewel.
It's called the Desert Jewel.
Yes.
Don't worry, I'm not just gonna like sit here and drink the whole bottle.
feel like
I'm gonna save it for later.
Unless you just go with reckless abandon, drinking the rest of that glass in general is what, like, you find yourself taking it slower and slower with each drink.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fine. I don't need quite as much.
Unless you want to throw caution to the wind, just down it.
No, I don't want to. I need to sleep at some point. I don't need to be a drunken fool.
Okay.
Gonna relax and drink the rest of it then. So I only need a handful of hours.
Okay.
So to rest.
Make me another constitution check.
Alright.
Let's be for the duration as you drink it.
Okay. 22.
You're fine. You definitely feel tipsy and buzzed, but...
That is acceptable.
Yeah. Alright. So you get your rest, you get your rest, you get your rest. Did you guys want to do anything else?
After waking up, I just spend time going over the bow that I took from Varys So when I'm looking for, because I'm assuming the arrows that we're gonna find in Celios go with the bow.
Sure.
Potentially. And so if there's gonna be like similar markings, I want to know like as much about the bow without having to pull it out. To be like, I need something to match, just in case.
So the bow itself,
That's the goal.
again, so the color behind it is kind of a cobalt blue metal. And so the front of the bow is ornamented with a draconic looking mouth. And then it kind of spreads apart, and the body of the bow itself seems to make up its wings, as the ends are in wing shape. It does not have a bowstring at all. It is accented with different. It's accented with different golden markings that just give highlight to the detail, and so it looks very well made, very artistic. Or sorry, not gold, like silver. Like it's got like silver horns and like detail along the edges, silver spread out. There's different just detail on it, but it does not have a bowstring.
Yeah.
And while you're lifting it up before attuning to it, like it's really heavy and you can't actually lift it. This thing is not made of wood; it's made of metal. But after you attune to it, you find it feels a little bit lighter, just enough for you to wield it effectively.
Roger that.
What do you unattune to attune to it?
The whitewood.
Okay. So around that time, it would be closer to 1:30, 2 o'clock. What are the rest of you doing?
Well, I wake up feeling just absolutely refreshed.
Okay.
Now I'm feeling 100%. Just like crack my knuckles. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm sad because I realized I forgot to take my shirt from that tree, so I've just been running around shirtless this whole time. Yeah, I'm like, I feel strangely like, oh, okay.
This happened last time you were here too.
Awesome. I don't have a shirt. So, yeah, I just walked by the guard just shirtless, like, hey, how's it going?
Well, I mean, we walked out of the desert. It's probably not that out of the
Unusual.
ordinary.
Alright, well, I guess I'm just going to...
Suppose I owe you a shirt now, too.
Little do you know that shirt is his greatest possession.
Yep.
Damn it, you got it for free.
It's just a wolf wearing the shirt. It's just like in Resident Evil 4, Leon loses his jacket.
Yeah.
What do I have? I haven't written down what's actually in my disguise kit, so I don't know if there's a shirt or anything in there. So, I'm just gonna put my armor on, I guess. Cover up that way. Just get my...
You don't have anything else to put on?
Just get all my gear together, and as I get everything all ready and I go over to the table that the bow was sitting on, I noticed that it was gone. And you said you left a note?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What does the note say?
I'm with Galatea.
Oh, okay. I'm with Galatea. Dash bow. Okay.
I already forgot. That's what you're calling yourself?
Yes.
Oh.
I go downstairs.
I can't remember names for...
I just kind of like...
Save my life.
I just kind of like rush down the stairs and I'm looking around for Galatea and Ithlin.
Can I write it on the board, or does he have to like actually, as a character, remember?
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like Ithlin as a character would immediately forget it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Up to you.
You there.
But there it is.
I'll
Hey,
choose to remember it if I feel like it then.
Are you guys down here in the tavern area, or?
Do they serve
I'm
food
done.
here?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
I left.
Okay.
I went to the bazaar.
I'm eating lunch, I guess.
My
It's
boat.
like 2 o'clock.
The food they serve you is... It's some kind of vegetable.
Oh.
They kind of put like a cactus on your plate, essentially, like
Oh.
all the needles like taken out and everything, and like it looks like it's been like boiled. And then there's plates of, or there's various fruits, like grapes and things like that on there.
Very well. Sounds fine to me.
We have a situation.
Yes?
That bow that I've been carrying around, it's gone.
Sentient.
What do you mean it's gone?
Wrote a note.
I mean, it was
Has
on
it
the...
been stolen?
I'm pretty sure it was on the table in my room, and now it's just
You
gone.
don't remember who Galatea is either.
All I know is there's this note that was left by this mysterious person.
Oh man. Those are the worst.
Wait, what?
Yeah, look, here, I just give you the note. It just says, I'm with Galatea.
Dash bow.
This is also very accurate to your characters. Look at them.
Well, I'm fairly certain I've never heard of anyone named Galatea in my entire life.
Right?
This is very strange.
Oh, you guys
Where's-
are the worst.
Where's, the other one?
Oh. I have no idea.
What do you mean you have no idea? You just let her go wherever she wants?
I'm not her keeper.
I suppose that's true. What is that? You point to your plate.
Well, this is fruit. This cactus, perhaps? Never had cactus before, so I'm not entirely sure. It's good though.
Did they give him utensils to use to
Yeah.
eat this with? Like, I just take your knife and I'm just like poking it, like just checking its consistency, and I'm like, oh god, it's like mushy. I never understood why people decided that it was a good idea to boil vegetables. It's good when they're all crunchy. Now they're so soft and soggy, gross.
Well, I suppose we should head off to this bazaar then. It is why we are here.
I agree. But first, and I go over to the tavern barkeepers and I would like whatever it is that he's having, but if I could get the big green whatever that is unboiled if possible.
You want crunchy cactus?
I am afraid it must be boiled. The toxins inside will make you hallucinate.
Really?
Awesome.
Holistic girls.
Is there any chance I could get it anyways?
I will not tell a man how to live his life, but... Yeah. See, last time a man ate that, he ended up running naked through the streets.
Naked, you say? I definitely need some of this.
Very well. Let's use 30 silver for the plate.
30 silver, so 3 gold. Okay. Yeah, here. And I give him the money.
He goes, most generous, sir.
Alright. Yeah, wait for my plate to be delivered to me.
Oh my.
Well, Ithlin's came kind of like a darker shade of green. This is like a light green color.
Interesting.
They didn't take the spines out of it.
The spines are removed, but it's a light green color.
Just being a dick. Here
I'm
you
just
go.
gonna use my utensils to cut this into basically potato chip sized pieces.
So it takes a lot of effort to do that, as the texture of it is kind of rough. It's like you're trying to saw through, and you have to really put some effort into it to cut the piece off.
They don't have any napkins or cloths or anything that they give to people to use.
They can, I'm good.
I would like a napkin basically.
Okay, it's fine.
Okay. I'm gonna take 3 pieces and just wrap it up in the napkin. Be like, oh yeah, this will be useful later. And I just take the various fruits and kind of dip it in the juices that have been left behind through cutting this. And I wonder. Just start eating it.
All right.
Well,
Not actually eating the cactus fruit thing, but just dipping some fruits every once in a while.
Oh, into the cactus juice.
Yeah.
Your lips go numb and your tongue goes numb.
are you alright?
There's an auto-tune sound to Ithlin's voice when he says that.
Oh no.
I don't know. And you see
He's like LSD.
I open my mouth. You see I'm chewing on the side of my cheek.
How How does it taste?
Try some.
I take one from him and I put it into my mouth and I eat it.
So the texture of chewing it is like leather. Like, it's very hard, and you have to chew it several minutes. It's very similar to the mushrooms you guys ate in the Underdark.
Oh, no. I think I still have one of those.
And you kind of, like, chew through it, and, like, when you finally are able to swallow it, you can no longer feel your mouth. It's the strangest sensation. You can't feel your mouth, but you're very aware of your teeth.
Oh, I know that feeling.
You're just like, and you find yourself like trying to rub your tongue over them, but you can't feel your tongue, so you're just like, and you're like trying to like find them.
That's how I get when I'm really drunk.
I have teeth, guys.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Oh, my teeth.
And you see Ithlin just like slowly start doing this with his hands.
Oh my god.
It's pretty green, huh?
What?
Yeah, we should go.
Where?
I should definitely stay.
Yeah, and I just like get up and start to walk out.
Oh boy, we're in for quite a time.
Oh, yeah.
The hallucination you see as you get up is you leave Ithlin standing or sitting there, and it's like as if he was like 20 feet in the other direction. As you get farther away from him, he looks really far away.
It's quite a large place. I
But he's like 10 feet in front of you.
didn't know how large this establishment was. Ethelyn, are you coming? Or not?
Where am I?
You're like right in front of him, basically. Like if you're at the table, he's over there. Like in
Okay,
front.
so is he
Yeah,
is he yelling in like
yeah.
a different direction?
He's
Or is
yelling
he-
at you.
Oh, he's looking at me.
Yeah.
Okay. What?
I just like kind of like look back in the general direction of wherever the owner of the establishment is and just thank you for the fruit.
You look at the doorway, and there's a massive, large doorway in front of you.
What does the innkeeper do? Is like,
Pretty much, he's just like the locals or a tourist.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like,
how many of those did you eat?
huh? Oh, I was just dipping my fruit in the juices and just
Alright.
eating the fruit.
Okay, so I've had less than you, but I'm still pretty messed up. So you're like really messed
Well, he's
up.
had just the juices. You had an actual piece. So.
Oh, I had one of the
Yeah.
things.
So
Okay.
Varys
We're
is
both pretty messed
Varys
up.
is experiencing a lot of size discrepancies and like hearing discrepancies.
Mhm.
You have been perplexed by the fact that his face continuously keeps shifting into a circle, and at a certain point, his face is upside down. And yet, whatever he says, it just sounds like he's whispering.
What?
I said, let's go and find our friend. And then I like start like touching the door and I'm like, just like inspecting it and like trying to figure out how they
No
made
door
such a
should
massive
be
door.
so fast.
Yeah. Just admiring the architecture.
When you step outside, your eyes have to take a moment to adjust as it goes from kind of like a dimly lit area to a very bright area. And you look up, and the sun beaming down on top of you just kind of like forms a smile.
I'm just like, hey Evelyn! I just like scream back into the tavern. Like, yeah, man, you gotta see this. This is awesome.
What do I see when I go outside?
You are experiencing everything currently in a green tint.
Oh.
So you're not seeing the smile he sees, but you see the sun that is green.
Oh. Green.
Green? What are you talking about? It's smiling at us.
What?
Yeah, the sun has a face.
Oh.
The
Staring
sun's
at it.
just like...
Oh, never. Yeah, it's green. It's just green.
Oh no.
While they're tripping balls, Alexia, you made your way to the bazaar early.
Yep.
Alright. It's really bustling. You remember visiting here with Sawyer the first time you were here, and it's just as busy as it was then. There are lots of people there, and everyone's kind of walking around. You remember to keep a firm grasp on your coin purse, as last time you saw lots of people getting pickpocketed. Your recent experience in Falgard is prepared for that. As you look around, you see lots of people wearing brightly colored garments and trying to look as flashy as possible to draw attention. There's many different covered areas, and there's some people with blankets out with like all kinds of shiny baubles on them.
Okay. I just go from like the closest stall and just go straight down and try to check each of them out, asking specifically for arrows and to see like their collection of arrows that they're selling or whatever.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Two.
Oh,
3.
no! 10.
10? That's not too bad.
It's pretty bad.
It's not
It's
that
like
bad.
one of my worst investigation checks.
You go from stall to stall, and you just get really distracted easily, as everyone's like, "A necklace for the pretty lady? How about this nice cloak? It'll protect you from the sun." And someone offers you look at this gem. It was made by a great powerful wizard. And you look at it, and it's like really polished, but doesn't look like anything special. Finally, you see somebody who does not appear to be from here. The Celian accents of their colors, usually darker skin, bleached, kind of like a bleached blonde hair color with a kind of like a orangish brown eye color. This man currently has an eye patch on, and he has dark black hair, kind of a beard, and he's currently just kind of like sitting there fanning himself, not used to the heat.
I definitely approach him.
Okay.
I'm seeking a special kind of arrow. Do you have any arrows up for sale?
Oh, I did?
You did. May I ask what they looked like?
Looked like arrows to me.
No special color, just normal.
A bit bigger than usual.
Oh, okay. How long ago did you sell them?
Must have been a few hours ago. Girl about your age,
Oh,
similar to you, came in looking for him.
similar to me.
Yeah, you know, he kind of points to your ears.
Oh no. So another half elf. Damn it. Anything else you can tell me about her? I think she was wearing colors.
Seemed like a wildling folk. It's been a long time in the woods, I imagine. Says she came from Grimglade, so perhaps she's heading back there.
Oh no. Alright. Thank you.
So, I forgot other stuff.
And I'm sure they're all wonderful things. I'm in the market for some very special arrows, though. Thank you for your time.
Alright, thanks for the help.
Alright, I give him a gold piece for the information.
Just kind of like does this after he picks it up.
Okay. Whatever. I head back to the tavern.
Alright. Ithlin is currently 10 feet away from Varys outside. And Varys is yelling very loudly. And Ithlin keeps asking him what he's trying to say. You can just tell looking at their eyes, there's like this glazed texture to their eyes. Varys is drooling.
Oh, jeez.
My eyes are just like really, really dilated, really wide.
Ithlin keeps like making chomping gestures with his mouth.
What's going on here? What's wrong with you two?
What do I hear when she's talking to me? Like, what do I see?
You hear kind of this soft whisper at first, and then it evolves into a just high-pitched noise.
Oh, God, make it stop! Ithlin, make it stop!
Oh, what did I see?
It's actually quite the opposite of Varys, where you cannot hear Varys at all. It's like he's whispering. Alexia is very loud.
Oh! I'm just like really like noticeably startled, kind of like looking around. Like, oh no!
All of her features are exaggerated, so like her hair is like really, really long, kind of like waving next to her. And it kind of like takes the shape of a person, kind of like leans on her shoulder.
Oh. Why am I here?
Alright, well, no need to be an asshole. I don't have time for your guys' shenanigans. I go into the tavern.
Who are you?
I push Varys aside as I walk by.
Are you the lady I'm looking for?
Okay. I sure hope not.
Varys! We're looking for a mysterious lady we've never heard of.
I'm just like falling in slow motion, experiencing everything like 30 times a second.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I just push past them and go into the tavern. Something wrong with you guys. I don't have time to deal with it.
Just gonna leave us to our own devices, just out in the world.
Yeah.
Ooh, harsh.
At this point, I'd like you guys to make Constitution saving throws.
Oh no.
6.
10.
10. Dude, your guys' clothes and armor is really stuffy. And you're sweating profusely.
Oh,
And
time to get naked and
it
run
feels
around the
really
city.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, probably.
And you just claw at your armor and your clothes or anything. You gotta take it off.
Well, fuck
He's
it, take
already
it
like
off.
halfway there.
Yeah?
He's got no shirt.
I mean,
he's
you're
just
already
there.
half naked, Varys.
As you put your pants on top of your head and start,
Oh.
I gotta get some air, and you start running down the street.
You see, it makes perfect sense because the pant legs funnel air directly into your head.
Just like hold my arms out like a bird, and then like to me, like I turn into a bird. I'm just like,
I just yell, I have to find somewhere that's not green! And I run off.
Oh my god.
You hear that from inside. And the bartender's just chuckling to himself, and he's just like,
just close your eyes, Ithlin.
I love when the terrorists try the cactus.
So you know what happened to them?
I am afraid so, yes.
Can you enlighten me?
They requested I do not take the hallucinatory toxins out of the cactus. They wish to experience the flying free.
Any idea how long the hallucinogenic properties of this cactus will last?
Well, it's been 10 minutes, so...
Oh boy.
10 minutes. I've experienced a lifetime in this.
Exactly.
I'm in for quite a ride.
This is the only thing I know now.
They should snap out of it in the next couple of hours. It is fast working, but burns its out of the system very quickly.
Not quick enough. Is this the only tavern in the city?
No, there are many small places.
Oh, damn it. You haven't happened to see a young woman, similar features to me, half-elf?
Cannot say I have.
Very well. I would like to just take some time to visit the different taverns, assuming that if she's a visitor, she should be staying somewhere. And just kind of check in with the, like, as I'm walking through the city, look, like, you know, watching people.
Do you see Varys zoom past you a couple times?
But just visiting different taverns to
Yeah.
make my query about her.
Yeah. As you're asking your question, Varys will run past you, and they're just kind of looking at him, and they're like, you are the only half-elf I have seen recently. There was a woman, came in last night. Could not tell her race, but the clothes match.
Was she staying at your tavern?
She was looking for a place to buy unique properties. I directed her toward the bazaar.
Did she say anything else about where she came from, where she was going?
It looked like she came from the little forest place across the way. You know, Grimglade, I believe they call it.
Oh, wonderful. We need to go to Grimglade. Well... Do you still have that map you worked up?
Mm-hmm.
Can I see it? You guys are gonna be fucked up for a while.
After a while, Ethan, you just see this.
Oh my god.
Which one?
This.
Oh.
The one in shadows.
Oh.
Every time you stop to take a breath, you see that image just like behind a barrel, like looking at you.
Oh.
Oh shit.
I'm just like over by a wall near it, and I'm just like, look at with no hands, and I have my hands in the air, and I'm just sitting there urinating with Mage Hand holding.
What do I see?
You see Varys just sprout a fountain and just gushes forward.
Oh.
Alright, so how long would a trip to Grimglade take if we went through the desert went to the desert way station and then over?
If you took a sand ship from here, it'd be about half the day. Or it only takes a few hours across the desert on a sand ship. And then it'd be about half a day to get to Grimglade.
If we went like the direct route through Blakewater?
Yeah.
Which I can't do. That is a no-no zone for me.
Why are there all these places you can't go?
Yeah, but you're not you at the moment.
I wouldn't risk it though. I mean, there's enough forest I can go around.
Yeah.
And not, like...
I would say since you guys had to experience the forest to find the temple originally, when Yelena was with you, it wouldn't be too hard for you to navigate your way through the woods.
Yeah. Okay, well... Crap. Since... these guys are on their own trip right now.
Mm-hmm.
For a little while longer.
It's at this point that it's kind of like a fever breaking. The hallucination just stop.
Oh.
And you feel fine.
Oh my.
I'm gonna go to wherever people get the tickets for the sand flares and see if she's passed by there already.
Okay.
To see if she's left the city.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Just gonna like look around, like.
19.
Okay. What exactly do you say?
I have already forgotten her description. I give them her description.
She's a half elf with darker hair, wearing leathers and animal hides.
Son of a bitch. Is it the fucking lady of the woods stealing my shit?
Why would she do that?
That was literally her description, though.
Yeah.
Aside from the half elf, but
Well,
she's
she was-
elven.
She
She
just
was
looks
more
like a
scant-
wood elf.
She was more
What else?
scantily clad. This woman's described as wearing actual like leather armor and stuff like that.
Okay, alright. I was about to say, well, that's fucking...
So you have fastened one of your pant legs around your waist, while the other one has been fastened around your neck, and so you're kind of like hunched over. Your boots are on backwards, on opposite feet.
Uh-huh.
One of them is. The other one's on your hand. And we thought you were peeing with Mage Hand. You were actually peeing into your boots.
Just gonna...
You've completely turned your outfit around. You took off your armor, but your shirt is now your pants, and your pants is now your shirt.
Just gonna dump my boot out, prestidigitate, everything clean, put my stuff back on, and just walk away like it never happened.
Okay, so I say...
Varys,
Oh, hey.
I've realized something.
Yeah, what's up?
I shouldn't have ran away from the green. I should have sought it out. It was trying to tell me something.
What's it now?
Yes.
I feel like I received a message too. Maybe this strange plant has some sort of divining magic in it. Perhaps we should give some to our friend and see what she sees.
Oh. Yes.
Do you know who your friend is?
Yeah.
Have you figured out this woman that you were looking for?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? Sorry.
So I approach the ticket booth, kind of the dude.
Okay.
And I say...
it's very much so a dock like the water is. It's built at the side of the city. And it's just people... There are some people there with packs over their shoulder, and they're sitting there just... son. Waiting for the next ship.
Oh, okay. I just say, I'm looking for a companion of mine. She's a half-elf like me, dark hair. Currently, last I saw her, she was wearing animal hides and leather armor. Have you seen her pass by here?
I believe she just got on the last ship. You should pay more attention to your allies.
Okay. Wasn't asking for commentary, just wanted an answer. Thank you, sir. And I leave.
This is not my allies who are currently nude in the street.
Damn it! How does he know?
Pretty sure everybody knows by now.
It's because I stopped and talked to you guys. Damn it. Should have known better.
Yeah, should have done that.
The next ship will be here in a couple hours.
How much are tickets for 3 people?
10 gold for
Each
person, yes.
2 hours?
Yes.
Very well. Thank you. I head back to the Red Lotus.
Okay.
Hopefully you guys are there. Not tripping.
Yeah, I went and picked up my armor and did not go back to the tavern. I went to go to the clothing and barbershop area. First to the barbershop.
There's not really a barbershop per se.
Barbershop.
There's not really a barbershop per se.
There's no one that does hair or anything of that
If
nature.
you inquire about it, lots of people offer. Sure. You're not sure how steady that will be, but...
Oh, well, yeah, I just... In the middle of the bazaar, I guess, I'm just like, I'm looking for somebody who can give me a shave. 10 gold. To whoever gives me...
People are suddenly surrounding you. And they're like, oh, let me do it. Maybe, no, let me do it.
And... I don't know, can I tell just by looking at people if they would be...
No.
You'd be good.
Just... You look like you have soft hands, and I, just point at the first woman I see.
Okay. It's an old lady.
Yeah.
Who kind of spits on the ground. And she's like, wonderful.
Alright, well, do you have somewhere we can go and do this, or just right here in the middle of the street? It's fine, I guess.
You can come by my booth.
Okay. What is she... I'll just follow her to her booth. What is her booth made out of? What does she sell?
Lots of different, you think it's art,
You think it's art?
but they're sticks, kind of attached to blank canvases and pieces of paper, and arranged in weird formations. It doesn't make a picture at all, but
Very nice.
upon further inspection, it looks like she just kind of found whatever was lying around and put it on it.
Nice.
She kind of moves some of it to the side and you can sit down on that.
I sit where she tells me to.
Do you want to buy some art while you're here?
Perhaps in the time that it takes for this to happen, I might see something I like. I don't know.
So she proceeds to manhandle you, essentially. She, like, grabs your hair and, like, kind of tilts your head to the side really rough and, like, starts lathering you up.
Right.
It starts to burn and, like, it tingles.
Just clean shaven and just the beard and mustache.
No more talking, and then she kind of, like, pushes you down.
Oh.
I let it happen.
Alright. You become smooth as a baby's bottom.
Nice.
She goes, give me the 10 gold.
Oh yes, here you go.
Don't you look handsome?
Thank you.
And she picks up one piece of paper and she's like, this one looks just like you.
Well, what does the piece of paper look like?
It's just got sticks around the edges, and then there's like bits of like pine cones kind of like stuck on it.
Not half bad.
100 gold pieces.
God.
How could I deny such a likeness of myself? 100 gold then.
Oh my god.
Make sure you write that down so you don't lose it.
Yeah.
Alright, what was it again?
It's a bit of parchment with
It's a portrait of yourself.
pine cones and sticks glued to it.
Please just write down, like, pine cone self-portrait.
Why do you keep letting NPCs rip you off?
Because he has limitless wealth, apparently. That none of us know about.
I just feel more bad for this old lady. Like, yes.
As you give her the money, she's just like, I'm gonna retire.
I just do this to myself a couple times, like.
She definitely cut you several times.
But am I like? There's
Yeah.
no like patches of hair or
Yeah.
anything. I'm like, well, that will heal. Thank you so much. I begin looking around for somewhere that is selling, like shirts.
Oh, there's plenty of clothing shops all around. People are trying to sell you like poncho-looking things or like robes or anything you're looking for. You can probably find.
Just a regular shirt.
Just have a big poncho,
Easy.
like, flowing out from under your arm.
Yeah, simple shirts really easy to find. It costs you a silver piece.
One of those shirts with like 3 buttons, so that I
sure.
can leave like 2 of them undone.
Sure.
Just get one of those.
We'll say for the sake of brevity, like while you're doing this, are you doing anything?
I'm looking for, like, some instruments and things.
Okay. There's lots of those around as well. And some of them are like really, really highly detailed, and some of them are simple. What are you looking for exactly? Until you find it.
Now that's a good question. I want one of those, like, weird, I forget what they're called, those, like, flat little, like, Japanese guitars that they play, like, on their, like, lap.
Yeah.
I want one of those things.
What are they called?
I don't remember.
It's not a xylophone. I don't think.
It's definitely not that. It's
Not sure what that is.
Yeah, one of those things. I don't remember. I'd have to Google it.
I don't even know what I'm thinking of, honestly. Yeah, I can't think of what it would be. We'll say you do come across a shop that the instruments are there's a lot of detail carved into like the base of it and like the neck of the guitar or instrument, into like different like animal heads and stuff like that.
How much?
He goes, it'll be a simple 10 gold pieces, sir. Take your pick.
Oh. I'll have that one. And I motion to the
Okay.
the flat one.
I don't even know what it looks like as a thing, though.
They're literally just like square, like, it's like a guitar.
Like a board
That's
with
Yeah, but
strings.
it's just like a big like flat board that like goes on your lap.
And he has
And
like
then,
little
the-
metal things on his fingers, so you can.
Yeah, and you like play
Okay.
them.
Yeah, sure, we'll say that.
It's a real thing.
Sounds awkward.
No, I'm gonna.
Yeah, we'll say fine. So for the sake of brevity, we'll say that you guys are doing all that while you're waiting for the ship to come in. And you guys can meet up around that time.
Okay.
There you are. I've been looking everywhere for you. So apparently somebody stole that bow. Despite my high passive perception, I don't see it just wherever it is that you have it.
It's a big city. It's hard to keep track.
What?
Yeah, it's like one of those
It
things.
says it's a koto, similar to a guitar.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, at that point, I'd say that Alexia walks out.
Yeah. What have you been doing?
There you go. That.
I mean, they have smaller ones. But
Yeah.
That's like a.
Okay.
That's essentially what he would look like if he was trying to play.
Okay.
I mean, they have like smaller ones that you could actually take with you places.
Drop size.
Yeah,
For
they
your
have
own
smaller
needs.
ones.
Okay.
Are you asking me what I've been doing?
Yeah.
Did you come back to the tavern?
Mm-hmm.
We're saying at this point, you guys have done whatever you want to do, and
Okay,
the
good.
ship's arriving at this point.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, I was not able to find the arrows. What I did find out is that some half-elf woman with dark hair and wearing animal hide and leather armor has, purchased the arrows before I made it to the merchant. And she was on a previous sand flyer heading towards Scrimglade. There's one more, and it's leaving soon. So we need to go, purchase our tickets, and head towards Scrimglade.
Interesting. Sounds like we're in pursuit of a thief then. This must be this person that left this note. And it would explain why they were purchasing arrows.
I take the note. I left this note, you idiot!
What do you mean?
I took Leviathan so I could compare Leviathan to the arrows in case there were very specific arrows that I needed to look for. I was hoping that Leviathan would give me some answers as to what arrows I was actually looking for.
Oh.
And I told you this was the name I was going to while we were in the city.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Of course you don't. Anyway, it doesn't matter now. We need to get to the docks and get on a sand flyer.
Sure.
Sand ship.
Whatever.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Gather your things from your room. Pay the man and let's go.
Well, I already paid him.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, Ithlin shows up around this time with something wrapped up.
Varys, I have something for you. I don't know what it is. And I hand it to you.
Okay, I'll bite and I unwrap it. Well, this is a mighty gift. I don't know if you understand how valuable these things are, but thanks. I'll be sure to learn how to play it.
Ethlin, we're heading out.
Oh, yes.
Go get your stuff. We're leaving. I also get my stuff in my room.
Okay.
Whatever it might be. I don't know.
Is there anything else you guys want to do while you're in the city?
Nope.
Whilst you're in the city.
Just get our stuff and haul ass towards the sand flyers.
Oh yeah, 10
Some
gold
shit.
each for our tickets.
Okay.
For our ride to the other side.
Okay. Just kind of moving along. The ship arrives, and it is a smooth voyage across the desert. Ithlin, this may be the first time you've been on one of these. So it's essentially a full-length ship-like vessel, but it kind of glides across the sand, like a ship would on the water.
Alright. Cool.
So I'm gonna wear my armor and just while we're on the ship, I'm gonna put the thing across my lap and like, not using like the things that were provided for me, but like just like the metal tips of my gauntlets, just like ding 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 ding, like figure out how each like string makes different sounds and like on what note they do what.
Do you want to actually try and play it, or?
I'm just sitting there trying to figure out how it works first.
Okay.
But I guess I'll, while I'm trying to figure it out, just play things like I would have on a lute.
Okay, go ahead and make a performance check.
I'm gonna reattune to Whitewood and put Leviathan in my bag.
Okay.
Because at
That
this point,
is
I don't feel like
21.
I have arrows that would work with it, so I'm gonna use something I
21.
21. It feels awkward to you, and it's not what you're used to, but given your understanding of music, you do make a pretty lovely sound.
Nice.
But to onlookers, they're like, what a lovely tune, but to you, you hear every mistake you make and every bit of like a note that you mess up.
This is a challenge. Yeah, I just continue doing this the whole way.
So it takes a few hours, and you're amazed at how much distance you've taken or traveled being on this thing. It zooms through the sand much faster than you guys can walk. You recall the first time you met up with them and the trip it took you guys through the desert. You cover much more distance than that in no time at all. And after about 4 hours on the ship, you start pulling into the outpost. At this point, it would be around 6 o'clock in the evening. So the sun's starting to go down.
Alright, so who are we looking for?
A half-elf female with dark hair.
A half-elven female with dark hair.
Yep, wearing animal hide and leather armor. She looks like
Animal hide.
like she's potentially a wood elf.
Another wood elf, great!
Heading towards Scrimglade.
I suppose we should keep an eye out for wolves then.
Yes.
Well, shall we ask around, ask the locals if they've seen this particular person?
I mean, at this point, we're just like it's just a bunch of woods.
But isn't there an actual like
And
settlement?
there's the way station that we just like pulled into.
Okay, is there like a person that looks like they're selling tickets and stuff? Someone that sees the people that go in?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's someone who gives you guys tickets for the ship.
You can ask him if he saw her when he saw her depart.
Yeah, is this male or female?
Just a guy.
Okay. Alright, excuse me, sir.
Yes, did you enjoy your trip?
I did. It was a lovely trip. I was wondering if you saw a person we're looking for. Female, half-elven, like the two of us. Dark hair, wearing leather and animal hides.
Let's see. I believe someone may have matched that description earlier.
Do you know in what direction they were heading?
They headed through the woods.
Could you point out to us exactly where in the woods?
Nah, it looks like she was heading towards Grimglade.
Grimglade? Alright, well, thank you
She
for your
looks like
time.
one of those hunter types. Probably where she hangs out.
The woods. Alright, thank you, and I like flip him a gold coin.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Well, it looks like we're going to be going through the woods.
Mm-hmm.
You guys can go through Bleakwater as well if you want.
Nope. I'll just meet you guys there if you want to. I'll venture in the forest.
Oh.
I'm following you, like,
So you have been here before, and you have the ability with your background. So go ahead and make a survival check with advantage and see how much ground you cover in that time.
Okay, so it'll be 11 now. Oh, 30.
30?
Mm-hmm.
You have advantage. Maybe you can get higher.
gonna need higher. Nope.
No,
30.
30. Yeah. You guys find it hard to keep up with Alexia. She kind of like zooms through the trees and like disappears out of sight several times for you guys as she's leading the way. And she, as you guys can like stumble through the woods, she has to stop several times for you to catch up to her, and then she's just off again. She's on a mission. She knows exactly where we're going. I'll say with that roll.
Does this count as tracking a creature? If I'm like trying to like figure out exactly where she's going.
Does
Like
that
what
be your
path she's
favorite
taking?
enemy?
No, it's my favorite terrain. That's one of the perks I get is while tracking other creatures, you also learn their exact number, size, and how long ago they passed through the area.
I'd say it's too vague for you to know a description of this person.
Okay. But we cannot get lost.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I forgot how much you enjoyed the outdoors. It's almost like a child running through a sweet shop.
So I'll say with that roll, it'll cut your time in half. So it would have taken you a good chunk of the day, about 12 hours. Will take you, we'll say 6. Depending on if you guys stop the rest of it all or just keep going.
That entirely depends on her. She's just hauling ass through the woods.
Yeah, true.
We can sleep when we're dead. I mean, if anything, we just get to Grimglade and then rest.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
I feel like
I'm following her.
that's the plan. That's what we do.
Okay. Since your last visit here, the walls have actually been brought down. This small encampment was once encircled by wooden spikes that were just kind of attached together to create a large wall. Last time you were here, it was present, but it's gone when you arrived here, actually.
There's no wall around the city.
No. Everyone seems to be going out their business in a good pace, and that air of like tension is not here at the moment.
Okay.
If you recall, this is more of like an encampment rather than a city or a town. Calling it a town to be generous, it is more like a campsite.
Right. So we'll eventually have to pitch camp somewhere. I inquire if anyone's seen the girl.
Make an investigation check.
I would also like to do the same.
Okay, go ahead.
Woo! 26.
Probably, yeah, that's like better than I could ever get. Yeah, so
Yeah.
get a 6.
Alexia basically cuts you off as you start to ask, like, I'm looking for, and she's like, I'm looking for a girl. And gives like a flawless recollection of what she's looking for, and they're like, right. Think we saw something like that earlier today. They went off in the woods since then. You're about a few hours behind them.
Oh, damn it. I start tracking her. I get real low to the ground.
Here?
I ask which direction she headed off in.
No, she just left.
I'd like to track her.
Okay. I will say,
Like graceful footprints. Only
Yeah.
on one side though, because she's only a half
Yeah.
elf.
I will say that you're not familiar enough with her to track her like flawlessly, so you can make an investigation check. They'll have disadvantage.
Oh.
Natural 20.
Mm,
Do it again. That's still pretty good.
yeah, it's still good.
23.
23? Yeah, that's still really good. So they tell you around what time she left, and so you kind of get down to the ground, and as you're looking outside, your knowledge of tracking, you can tell like which ones are fresh footprints, which ones are older footprints, and you look through, and there's been a lot of people coming and going as the hunters come in here multiple times to reload on arrows or anything like that. But after a while, you get down there and you can see a set of footprints that are heading away from the encampment, and they're heading in a completely different direction than the other ones are. And so they seem to head into the woods, not spread out, but just very distinctly, just trying to skim the woods. And you look at these and you assume that these are probably a few hours old, and these are probably what you're looking for.
Alright. I just say...
It is midnight at this point, though.
Oh, man. Alright. I believe I've found her tracks and her path. Unfortunately, she's still a few hours ahead of us. At this point, we need to make camp and get some rest. We'll try to find her, pick up her trail again tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good. Maybe perhaps she'll come back for whatever reason. Maybe she hunts and brings back whatever she killed and sells it to the people here. Never know.
Perhaps.
I just take my bedroll off of my pack, go whip it, and then just fall down on it.
Okay.
Alright. I take my armor off and get some sleep.
I start taking my armor off while I'm just on the bedroll laying down.
Lazily. Would you like to do anything, Ethlyn?
I sit down. I'm kind of not really facing either of them, and I kind of pull something out from one of my inside pockets that I have just somewhere, and I just kind of look at it and kind of then I put it back in.
Are you trying to be sneaky about it?
No.
Okay. I'll say, do a sleight of hand check, and it'll just your guys' passive perceptions, which for Varys is very high, but
22. That was a nat 20.
22, natural 20.
Yes.
I'll say even though your passive is 23, natural 20 will exceed that, so you do not see it.
Yeah, I'm just in the middle of taking the top half of my armor off, and it's just above my head, and I'm just wiggling, trying to get it off.
Okay, you guys do get a full night's rest.
Nice.
Let's see. So given you're traveling during the day now, okay. Go away, you two. Do you set off immediately, or do you want to wait around, or? I assume you're still leading this expedition, so.
Yep, you're the one who knows where to go.
The
Wait,
sooner the better.
and I'll go forage for some food so we can eat on our travels.
I mean, there's food here, yeah.
You say that, and I just pull out a rice ball and begin eating.
Alright, fine. Then we just keep going.
Get the carbo load.
Pick up her track again and keep going.
Okay. It's not hard for you to find the tracks you were following originally. You do follow them, and after a couple hours, you kind of lose track of them a little bit.
No.
And you look around, you can tell this is probably some kind of campsite. And just what you know about nature and this kind of thing, you know that she also was aware of how to hide her presence in camp. Let's go ahead and make an investigation check again.
19.
19. You feel like you are at a loss for a second, and you're looking around. You can't find them, but as you proceed around the camp, you do a much wider area search. As Varys and Nithlin are just still there. You guys can do something if you like, by the way, while she's doing this. Alexia kind of darts off into the woods and is gone for a few minutes.
Not bad.
You just hear her aggressively say something under her breath and goes into the woods.
Oh. Should we follow her?
Just kind of look around to see what exactly she's doing.
She's disappeared at this point.
Oh. I point in the general direction she was in and cast message.
Okay.
Are we supposed to follow you? What's going on?
You're probably within range to hear it.
gonna investigate the area. Stay where you are.
Oh, okay. She said to stay here. She's taking a quick look around the area. I think she's onto something.
So if you want to look at the map real quick. So, you guys are definitely off the path at this point.
Oh no.
And you finally pick up her trail again, but it's not heading towards any of the settlements or any of the cities. It seems to be heading to the no man's land territory.
What does that mean?
That was where you guys traveled beforehand with Elena when you found the way into Arthemia's domain. No Man's Land, you recall, is called as such because there are a lot of savage animals in that area, lots of unexplored caves, but also a lot of barbarians roam that area. And there's even a border in Vanden kept there to make sure they don't come over the mountains or anything like that. But you're pretty sure they are definitely heading that way. Or she's definitely heading that way.
Dang, you could have just teleported us to Vanden and then we just cut her off. Damn. Okay, well. I return to the encampment that I left these guys at. I picked up her trail. It looks like she's heading to No Man's Land.
I was like sitting there trying to play the instrument thing, and you coming up startles me, and it's just like, oh, okay. Well, shall we go then?
I think the sooner the better.
All
I have
right.
a bad feeling about this.
Wrap up the thing and put it back on my back and lead on.
Alright. I follow I get back the way I just came.
Okay. Make another investigation check, please.
Oh no! 12.
12. You definitely get turned
Has
around a couple
lost
times. You see her footprints kind of fade away again. You can tell she's trying not to be followed.
Slippery bugger.
But eventually you're able to pick up slight disturbances in the brush, and someone definitely passed by here. You're not sure if it was her, but something definitely did. And so after a couple hours of going off the path, you think that this is probably your best bet. So you lose a few hours of time. At this point, it's approaching late afternoon.
She's good. But I'm better. And I just keep going.
Okay.
Just following
Yep.
till we find some action.
Okay.
Also, just so you know, as long as we're in the forest, no matter what I'm doing, I'm still alert to danger. So, like, people can't sneak up on me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I attempt
So in
to sneak
case
up
he's-
on you.
In case she's trying to be, sneaky. Yeah, we just keep going. Try to make up the lost time due to my confusion.
Okay.
I'm so ashamed of.
You two can make insight checks.
She knows exactly where she's going.
21.
Oh, damn it.
Okay. 22.
Although she does not say it, you can tell Alexia definitely gets turned around.
Oh, man.
This person's trying to throw you off the trail, huh? Just going around in circles?
Yes.
Eventually, though, those circles will turn into a straight line again, and we will find the path. I have complete faith in you.
Thank you, Varys.
And should anything horrible happen to us, we know that you are to blame.
Oh, well, that's unnecessary. If it weren't for me, you two would be lost. Inevitably.
I mean, I'm pretty good at tracking things.
Sure.
Just sure.
I'm the leader. I say where we go. We go this way.
Okay.
Or we'll creep it.
I mean, sure, you can be the leader. You just know that it comes with all the responsibility.
Oh, great. With great
You're
power
held.
comes
You're
great
held accountable for
responsibility.
everything that we do.
It's at this point your guys' dry mouth, by the way, finally goes away.
Oh, we had Cottonmouth
Yeah.
this whole time?
Yeah.
Gross.
You know, I actually managed to pick up something in Celia's that might aid in your tracking skills. I've been told that this, your fruit, and I, like, out of the napkin, I pull out these, like, now, like, kind of dried, green, chip-like shaped things. I'm like, this, I'm told, gives one the ability
I
to
slapped it out of his hand.
divine.
It just falls to the ground.
I pull out another one to divine things. Ithlin and I actually had tried this before, and we managed to see things that others could not.
Yes, because you guys were hallucinating. I spoke to the tavern keeper. I'm not eating your crazy cactus. Ferris.
What? This isn't the cactus. This was some strange, like, kind of like a melon.
I don't believe him. Nope.
Eat it.
It's at this point it's a good enough distraction that it gets you back on the trail as you stop thinking about it momentarily, enough for the tension to kind of leave you, and then you notice that brush I mentioned earlier has been disturbed, like that way.
Okay.
I wrapped the now only 2 pieces back. Stuff them
You didn't
away.
pick it up?
You
5
slapped
second
it out of my hand onto the ground. It's covered in leaves and shit now.
5-second roll, man. Just brush it off.
Bears,
Hmm.
now that the cactus is dried
Ithlin
out,
picks it up.
do you think we could make tea out of it?
Oh god. Hallucinogenic tea.
Perhaps.
Oh.
Bad ideas. Why don't you just use it as like a stirring stick for your wine? Throw that out. Just throw it
That'd
out.
be
This is
very
getting really messed up.
Yeah.
And Ithlin suddenly dies.
Perhaps we could
Overdose.
dry it even more and crunch it up into kind of like a leafy texture, kind of like how you were saying with tea. But I have this pipe.
Oh.
Smoke the cactus. Alright, well. Alright, back on the trail.
Lead on, leader.
You hear them discuss this as you move on.
I'm leaving without you.
Night falls at this point.
Man.
As you guys navigate through the woods for a couple more hours. You can definitely tell that the forest itself is aware of your presence. And with your dark vision, you can see up ahead that there's definitely some kind of fire going. And you see as well that you're approaching the edge of the forest, directly into no man's land. You're running out of woods, essentially.
Yeah.
But as you notice this, you see definitely some kind of campsite at the edge of the woods.
About how far away is this campsite?
Just at the edge of your guys' dark vision, so 60 feet.
Do we see any like shapes moving or like sitting
No.
by the fire? Just a fire?
Mm-hmm.
I'll go up ahead and investigate. See if it's the person we're after.
Sure. Well, I can probably move up along with you for a ways, and I could be your backup.
Stay with this one.
Backup.
If I venture alone, I can be stealthy at a normal pace.
Okay.
Stay with this one.
Okay.
I stealthily walk up.
Okay. You definitely sense a presence. Go ahead and make an dexterity saving throw.
Oh no! But hey, nope, not even my best saving throw. Okay. 15.
15.
Yeah.
Right about the point where you're going to turn around, because you know exactly where this entity is, you hear a snap,
Oh no.
and something tightens around your leg, and you're strung up.
Of course.
And behind the tree, she steps out and she just kind of crosses her arms. She's like, "Can you tell me why you're following me?"
I like
it
turn to
her?
Varys like, I think she triggered a trap.
And you can tell, even by half-elf standards, she's maybe like 16 years old.
You
But
know,
she
this
is
wouldn't
the
have
one we're
happened if
looking
she
for.
had
She
taken me along
matches
with
the
her.
description.
Okay. Would you mind letting me down so we can have a conversation?
You've been following me for a couple days, so...
And I will tell you why when you release me from your trap.
Do we see this happen
Yeah.
to her?
Yeah, we're like peering out
I'm
of the
within your
woods.
dark vision, so you can still see me.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna walk forward towards them. Not hiding at all.
She pulls out a knife and like holds it up to the rope, suspending Alexia. She's like, "I'll cut it. Watch your step."
How high up is Alexia?
She's about 50 or so feet up.
Oh,
She's
50
like
feet up.
really high
Yeah.
up there.
Damn it, if only I had my... No, it only kicks in at like 100 feet and then it hovers, doesn't it? Yeah. What do you-
Whoa, easy there, young miss. No need to threaten. I'm not here to hurt you.
It's hard to believe that when you guys have been following me.
You're in possession of something we need.
Well, we believe you're in possession of something that we very much want.
Yes. Not just want. Need. We're willing to buy it off of you if you have it.
Yeah, we heard a rumor about some powerful arrows that were being sold in Celios, and by the time we got there, we had heard from the merchant that half-elf, matching your description, was the buyer, and we very, very so much want to be in possession of those arrows and would be willing to buy them off of you if you're willing to sell.
I don't need your money.
What do you need?
I spent everything I had on these arrows. They're mine. I need these.
For what? Why are they so precious to you right now?
It's none of your business.
If
You can tell she's being aggressive at this point.
If there's something you need help with, perhaps we can assist you in exchange. We can get the arrows for helping. Solve whatever problem it seems you find yourself in.
Do you think of one?
I walk out and like, we could just take them.
Oh, jeez.
Perhaps you should be more willing to help us. We can help you in return. You are very far away, in the middle of nowhere. No one will miss you. No one would know you were gone. But I didn't want to hurt you.
Make an intimidation check.
Oh, jeez. And then initiative. Come on.
Where's intimidation? I never do this.
It's a charisma skill.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
bad at that.
I
Yep.
know.
She is not intimidated.
Oh,
Kicks
no.
your lights out.
17.
Oh, it's okay.
17?
Yeah.
You can tell she's nervous and she goes, "You don't look that strong," and she kind of holds the knife up to the rope again. But, maybe we can help each other out.
Oh, good.
May we start by you slowly and gently letting me down.
Great, because helping people happens to be our specialty. What can we do for you?
She can unwrap the rope from around the tree and slowly kind of lets you down.
I untie myself and stand up. Just aggressively throw the rope.
Well,
Pick my hat up, put it back on.
before we begin negotiations and what you need help with, perhaps introductions are in order. I am Varys Galonadel.
Of House Blood.
Sure.
I'm Alexia. This is Ethelyn.
Zalana.
Zalana. Well, tell me, Zalana, do you just live out here in the woods? What's your situation?
I'm hunting something.
Does that something happen to be in no man's land?
Yeah.
What is it?
What kind of beast are you hunting? Or person?
I don't know.
You don't know. Well, could you at least describe it to your best?
Elaborate.
Well, my dad was taking me out hunting, and we found this cave and figured we'd explore it. I never saw, like, what it was, but it killed my father.
Did it have 5 fingers on its right hand?
Oh my god. That was 6 fingers.
Oh, yes.
Everyone has 5 fingers.
Has 5 fingers. You never know. Maybe he was born without one.
I'm sorry to hear about that, but as painful as it is to talk about the memories of losing a loved one, did you... In what manner did it kill your father? Was it a beast of some kind? Like, did it...
It moved really fast, I'm not sure.
So you just know that it moved fast.
My dad told me to run, and I did.
I see.
How can you track something you haven't seen?
I remember where the cave is. I think it lives there.
Very well, so, if we help you, slay this beast and avenge your father, perhaps we can talk about those arrows.
She kicks the bag by the fire, and she goes, I was told these were magical. That they could kill anything.
Were you told anything else about them?
No. But they cost my entire family's fortune.
And how much was that?
I paid 5,000 gold for these. All the money my dad and I saved up doing hunts.
Very well. Maybe.
Well, lead on.
What time is it? She's already set up camp.
Yeah. You'd be stupid to travel through no man's land at night.
Yes. Let's camp for the evening, and you can lead us in the morning. Would we wake?
Oh, very well. Sounds good, and I go over to the fire.
She picks up the bag of the arrows and then kind of slings it over her shoulder, and she's like, yeah, and she goes to the far edge of the camp.
I whip out the thing and I start messing with it.
Make a performance check.
19?
It's even you guys can tell it's not as good as it was before. And your mistakes are even more glaring to you. You're not sure if it's the days of traveling, or the last couple days, like just the fast nature you've been traveling, but it was another good practice session for you.
Interesting. I whip out some parchment and a quill, and I begin writing notes on how this instrument works.
Alright. So the night is filled with the gentle strumming of Varys' new instrument. She sits at the far corner and just kind of looks at you guys. And even when it comes time to turn in for the night, she doesn't seem to sleep. After a while, though, whoever would be, I don't know, seconds watch or whatever, probably. You notice that around 2 in the morning she's drifted off to sleep and just kind of hunched over on the bag. And we'll pick it up next week, guys.
Alright.
Oh.
Yeah. So, awesome tracking. Good job, good job. You guys did great this session, so remind me of inspiration next week. Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with us and watching us. Next week will be our 5th episode, so I'll have to figure out something cool to do for that.
How many?
50.
Oh, right on.
50th episode.
The episode where we all died to the strange beast in the cave.
Oh, how memorable.
Yeah. Hopefully not, but thank you for hanging out with us every week and watching. Yeah, it's really awesome that I can count the views and see the comments and see that you guys actually care. So all you guys who do, you guys are awesome, and we'll see you next week. So, stay nerdy, my friends.